Hello, hello. Just waiting a second. Oh, actually, hang tight. Let me, I need to just do this real quick. Kind of better. We're getting now some light from the window, which will be good when we get going, but now it's just kind of making things look a little odd. Hi, guys. Hello, hello. All right. Let's see, make sure that you can see me now that all that stuff's out the way. Okay, good. Hi, everybody. How are we? How's everybody doing? Did you join? Sorry. Just lighting is, anyhow. Hi, did you guys get a chance to, I don't know. Nick's here. Get something to eat, get something to drink, go to the restroom, pay attention to family or pets or children or kids or friends, whatever you needed to do in that hour. Welcome back. Okay, let's see. Dawn is back for the afternoon. Anne, hi, Anne. Oh, Sandy said, who besides me shopped during the break? Okay, so let's talk about that for a quick second. I got on email because I have to in between these, because what generally happens is some of you say, oh my gosh, can I add to my order? And then because especially the sales going on, I hate to wait to add to your order for 3 more hours, because some things would sell out and then I would feel really bad. So if you had emailed me anytime this morning and said add to my order, I have added to your order and you should receive an updated invoice. Hi, honey.
Hello.
You have your.
Hi, everybody.
How's golf?
It's good.
Okay, his phone's in his pocket with the flashlight on. Okay. Okay, anyhow, sorry, sidetracked. So if you had requested to add to your order, you should be good. If you didn't see anything from me, probably better send me an email, because then I probably didn't get your email. What I'm talking about is if you have already shopped, and this is always the case, if you have already shopped and placed an order and you haven't received your email with shipping confirmation, that means your order hasn't shipped yet. So we can always on the back end, I can always on the back end add to your order. And then that way you just have one order, you only pay for shipping once, and sometimes that is easy. So if that's the case and you ever see something, if you have an order that's pending, you can always email and say, hey, will you add? And then I can do that on the back end and email you an invoice to pay with a button to pay. So that's what we're talking about there. Mandy and Under the Willow Tree, Ms. L, Joe, hi Joe. Oh, Joe shopped because I added to her order. Terry, Sylvia's shopping now. Hi, Pam. Yes, add a note to your order. There is, when you check out, there's a little area that says notes. That's the best place to put it. Now, some of you place separate orders, and that's okay too, because I get it. You'd want to make sure you get it. Best thing though is to just still email me and let you know that you place separate orders, because we can still combine them on the back. Well, we can't combine the orders, but we can put everything in the same box and then refund any shipping on your subsequent orders. If we know. So if we don't know, then it's hard to see, especially when things are crazy busy with a lot of orders coming in like right now. Okay. Good, Karen. Karen crafted. She didn't even stop to get something to drink. Karen, you need to do that right now. Hi, Lainey. Karen's on a freeze. Yeah, there you go. Good for you. Carolyn, I saw that, Carolyn. Carolyn won a prize and then decided she probably better, she wanted to shop too, so she did. Okay, Sarah has a main order and 2 additionals. Okay, Talia, you got your pre-dinner dessert. Oh, I love that. Mandy, the new Traveler's Notebooks do not come in a box. That's a great question. And I bet I know why you're asking, because you're Canada. You probably don't want it in a box because it adds additional weight. They just come in a, not this, but you know, they come in like a package like that. They are not boxed. Novena, hi. Novena said, hi everyone, missed part 1, but you're excited to be here for part 2. Well, I'm excited to have you. So here's the thing, guys. If you missed part 1, there's a part 1. Totally different than our afternoon session. If you have a chance and want to go back and watch that, there are some giveaways that are associated with that first video. So, Kathy, you called your mom back. She called during the first session. I called Sam back because Sam called during first session. So This is sweet. I'll just share this to you. I'm like, hey, what's up? And he said, well, I was trying to see if I was invited for dinner tomorrow night. And I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. I said, I don't think we have a plan yet, but yeah, sure. And he goes, but then I called Dad and Dad answered and I got it figured out. And I said, well, got what figured out? Well, so in addition to the Mother's Day present that Jack and I got you, we also bought you flowers. So I wanted to make sure that we were figuring out tomorrow. Well, he'll see him anyway tomorrow, but that was very nice. Very sweet. Okay. Yes, those letterfolk inserts, you guys, I've only been maybe carrying them for 4 or 5 months, but they've been super popular. They're just, I think they just strike a little chord, right? And they're little size and they're fun. Oh, Joy, enjoy the Derby. Yes, Kentucky Derby. I hope the good horse wins. I don't even know who the good horse is, but we hope the good horse wins. The non-cheating horse, how about that one? Let's see, Mimi. Did you demo the punch board pocket punch in part 1? I did not. I was going to. I actually have it out. I will talk very briefly about it for part 2, but I have moved it to 2 weeks from now when we're together again. So we'll talk about that and I will go through that whole kind of how that works. But we'll talk about it a little bit when we get going in a minute. He's a sweetheart. Yeah, he is a sweetheart. Joy. Oh, yes, you're doing hats. You have like a hat contest, yeah, for the Derby. I love it. Okay, guys. Terry, yes, Terry, yours are, yes, I know about you because we had talked about you like a week ago, so we're good. The good horse. Yeah, the good horse. All right, hi, honey. Did you need something?
No.
Oh, you're just going to stand there and...
I'm just listening.
Okay, all right. Judith, I saw that you said you looked for my jacket during the break. I will, as soon as we're done, I'll put it in the Facebook group. So I'll put the link in. Okay, guys, so let's see. I think we're ready to go. Oh, Terry, I love that. Terry said, I'm hoping it starts the tea and love for my daughter. You ordered those little traveler's notebooks. I hope so too, because I love, I think what we do is so important. And this is going to start to dovetail into our afternoon session. I think what we do is so important. The memory keeping, the documenting, the time capsuling, and that's what a lot of our lists are. They're just time capsules, right? And I think it's really important that we try to pass that on to younger generation. That's why I always get so excited when we see Ariana, because she's 14. And I think it's so important, especially with the advent of cell phones. I mean, I worked for a cell phone company when I was right out of college, and then we were bought by AT&T. So I worked in the industry for a long time. And way back then, the bag phones, literally, there was a bag. The phone was in like a giant bag. And then the bricks and all of those things. They never had cameras, which when cell phones came out with cameras was pretty awesome, right? And the nice thing about that was you always have a camera. You always have a camera. If you have your phone, you always have a camera. And that didn't ever used to be the case. So we're taking more and more and more and more exponentially more photos than we ever have before. The problem is that they don't get developed, printed, developed, or whatever. And so there's this whole lost art, I think, of what we do. So I think it's upon all of us to make sure that what we do, making lists, documenting, scrapbooking, working in a planner, whatever it is, that we kind of push that forward. So Tara, I'm glad you said that. And I hope that your daughter kind of picks up some point of that or the other. All right. So I am going to, let me just look at the chat really quick. Pam said she was just looking through her 12 by 12 albums, Beautiful Memories. Yes. And you know what, Pam, that is a perfect segue to what I want to kick us off with. So I am going to flip the camera. There's a lot on my desk, so don't be scared. Don't be scared. I'm going to flip the camera, okay? Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And here's the thing. I mean, I know kids these days, and and that could be like 30 on down, see what we do and they think, oh no, that my grandma does that or my mom does that. That's lame. But done differently, not everybody has to play with stickers and washi, right? It could just be a little notebook. Literally, it could just be a little notebook. And it's still documenting in memory keeping. So I think we just have to figure out for the younger generations, what is it that, what is it that they will be inspired by? Whatever the format is to continue to do what we do, because we don't want it to get lost. All right, so there's a couple things that I wanted to share, and well, lots of things, as always, lots of things to share. I'm going to, well, I'll start with this one first, okay? This is a book, and it is called Grandmother Remembers. When our oldest son, Jack, is 24, and when I was pregnant with him, I gave this book to my mom and Nick's mom, my mother-in-law. And I said, I would really love it if you would do this. So what this is like a baby book, but it's from the grandmother's perspective. And this is, I just pulled this out. This is the one that my mom did for Jack. And it's just, I mean, it's scrapbooking, right? It's a totally different way of scrapbooking. Now, no one else in my family is a scrapbooker, does what I do, memory keeper. That's why I think it's so important that I do it. But all kinds of photos and just told the story. So this to me is so important. It is once people in our lives pass on, we lose all of this. We lose all of these stories. So it's very special for me. And I know one day, I'm sure Jack, he probably doesn't even remember that he has this, but he would so appreciate having this because look, I have the story of where my grandparents met, his great-grandparents now met. So one day my mom won't be around. Both of my grandparents have passed away. So we have that story and it's documented. And it's documented with photos here in a book, but it doesn't have to be. It could literally just be written down in a spiral notebook somewhere. It could be recorded. Like you could interview parents or grandparents and just ask them questions. If you go online and you Google, I'm sure you can find all kinds of resources about questions that you can ask relatives to capture this information. So it's just different formats, right? Different formats for different people, but it's all the same thing. I just have to show you this one. Look at, that's my mom and I. So my mom was 21 when she had me. Look at the film strips. How fun are those? So it was in 1969. But anyhow, as a young girl, my family lived, I went to school, at home I was expected to, but it's just kind of a really fun, way of doing things. Now, what I will tell you, I did not know this when I gave this to my mom because I had just barely started scrapbooking. And we've got all the memories down, which is amazing, but my mom had scotch taped the photos in. So if you're doing something like that, don't use scotch tape because it will eventually ruin your photos. Look at my dad. That was my dad. You guys have heard me talk about my dad. My dad that was a Top Gun pilot in the Navy, but that was my dad way back then. Anyhow, so just kind of a fun, just fun scrapbook, a different scrapbook. Now, when my dad, 2 years ago, we moved him here to Utah because his wife had died and it was early days. It was May. It was early days of the pandemic. She didn't die from COVID, but early days in the pandemic. And my dad was not doing well. And turns out he has Alzheimer's, just all these things. But when we moved him, we moved many of his belongings. I mean, most of his belongings. And it took us months to go through everything. This is something that I found as we were going through his things. So as soon as I saw this, first of all, this is wood. This is leather. And this is wood. And I'm like, what is this? So this is a book, a scrapbook, my grandmother, so his mom. So you have photos. Now what's very interesting, look at, in white pen. And I don't know how, but that's white pen. That's white pen. So somehow all of these photos at least say, where they are. This one, Bridal Veil Falls, that's Utah. That's Utah. This is Utah. This is maybe like 40 minutes from our house. But as you get going, a lot of these photos, first of all, there are no dates in here, which makes me so sad. And that is why I talk a lot about how important I think it is. I think it's so important for us to date what we do because what a treasure, right? But I have no clue when this is. So some photos she has written on, others not. But look at this. My grandma was a scrapbooker. I didn't even notice. I didn't even know it. Look at these. She had saved these. These were, wherever Camp Curry is, these were like dance tickets to get into the dance. Camp Curry dance, Saturday and Tuesday. So I just look at this, and this is so near and dear to my heart. It's just is so special. But this is why, to me, friends, we do what we do. And whatever it is you do, because we all memory keep. Call it scrapbooking, call it memory keeping. We all do this, but we do it in different ways. Some of us do photos, some of us don't do photos. But when we do our lists on Saturdays, to me, it is this, but times like 1,000 times more valuable. Because as neat as it is to have the photos, and you guys know I do photos with a lot of my lists, but as neat as it is to have the photos, the lists that we do, especially when they're about ourselves, they tell so much about who we are, right? And I don't have this. I don't have that about my grandmother. If I had a list, my grandmother, and she was talking about her good habits and her bad habits, or the movies she watched on repeat, or her favorite songs, how cool would that be, right? So that's why what we do here, I think, is so important. And whether you do it here, whether you do it on your own, whether you do it with somebody else, whether you're scrapbooking, adding photos, whatever it is, just don't stop. Please don't stop doing it. It's so important. And that is, for me, no one else in my family does this. So it's kind of up to me to do it or it won't get done. So, all right. Thought that I'd share those two fun things. Now I have a ton of scrapbooks. I have a ton of all different kinds of things in all different formats. But there's one more thing I want to show you. So my parents are divorced. They've been divorced a long time. So I have their wedding album, but I just had to show you. I wanted to show you. This is like one of my favorite photos ever of my parents. Look at this. Isn't this so fun? Like they are leaving their reception and look at my mom's smart little outfit here. And she's got like a little suit on and these cool pony shoes and this awesome hat and everybody's throwing rice at them. So even if you don't have these things, right? I've showed you photos, my parents, my grandparents, things that I asked my mom to do and my mother-in-law to document their lives. Even if you don't have those things, don't be sad, because guess what? You can start that now. You can start doing that now so that people down the road will have those things, right? I'm sure my grandmother is looking down on me thinking, oh my gosh, look at my granddaughter has carried on what I was doing when I was 20 or, whatever it is. So, all right, that's enough of a soapbox. That's me. When I teach in person, sometimes I get on that soapbox too, but that's enough of the soapbox, because I know you guys still didn't come here to listen to me try to convince you to do what it is we do, right? If you have it in your heart, then it's there, and I don't think it ever goes away. I don't think it ever goes away. All right. Debbie, so Debbie said, third child, very few photos of me. My mom said it's why I do what I do. There you go. You are documenting all the memories that you don't have about yourself when you were little. All right. So I had mentioned earlier, this is our second session, afternoon session. So we did one this morning and it is recorded. So we did it live, but it's now recorded. So if you missed that and you want to catch up on that, you can just find it here on my YouTube channel. So our plan for this afternoon, we will be together until 4 o'clock Pacific time. And we're going to do a little bit more memory keeping to start. And then we will do 2 lists to kind of finish. So our memory keeping to start. I need this. Let me pull this off to the side. I need, all kinds of things are falling over. I need this. Oh, I know. Let's do this. Let's start out with a prize. Okay, let's do a prize. So our first prize of the afternoon session, and if you missed the morning session, prizes 2 ways. So I'll do some prizes here for those of you that are watching live, and the way that I do that is the chat. So I'll talk about the prize, and then in a little bit, I will put my finger on my iPad and I'll scroll up, and wherever my finger stops, that person who left that chat comment is the person that wins the prize. We also do prizes, I call them replay prizes, which means those will be selected randomly from the comments that are left on the video after. And that way it lets those of you that weren't able to be here in person, that way it lets those, you guys kind of participate as well. So what we're going to start out with, our first prize, this is a live prize. So someone will win it in the next little bit. This is my Listing with Lael workbook. And layout by mail pencil, mechanical pencil. Not this one, because this is the one I use. But you guys always see me with this. This is my workbook. This is my workhorse. This is what I use to plan everything we do. This is where I have all of my lists. And then I've got all kinds of other things in here. Notes section, like sketches for layout ideas, sketches for double page layout ideas, and then also lists. This is where I write down our list of lists that we're going to be working on. So your workbook, this workbook is very similar to that. It just has the parts taken out that, like the prizes, you don't need that on yours. So little tiny bit smaller, but those are on my website, and they are on my website in printed form. They're also available in download form. Hi, Meta. So nice to see you from Denmark. All right, so that's our first prize, and that's going to be a live prize. So just kind of hang tight for a bit, and I will pick and announce that winner in a minute. Well, in a little bit. I won't say in a minute, but in a little bit. All right. So, Nick and I travel a lot. I travel a lot. Nick travels a lot. Travel has always been a huge part of my life. My dad was in the Navy, so we lived in a lot of different places. When I was 4, 5, and 6, we lived in Japan for 3 years. When we were there, we traveled all over that area. We'd go vacation in the Philippines, go to South Korea, not North Korea. We didn't go to North Korea. South Korea, but just that whole area. And it was there. So it was really easy to just hop on a plane. In my corporate life, my past life, I did a lot of traveling all over the US. And then my current life, as long as I've been teaching and scrapbooking, I've traveled literally all over the world. South Africa, Australia, all over Europe, all over Canada, all over the US, Puerto Rico. So I've been a lot of places. Travel's always been a big part of my life. And now that Nick and I are empty nesters, we're just continuing to travel. And I've started tagging along with Nick on a few of his business trips, because why not, right? Okay, so I document some of our travels in a little bit of a different way than we saw at the end of last session. I was using the little letterfolk inserts to document some of our travels. But I also have a couple of other traveler's notebooks that I document some specific things, or if I want to document a little bit deeper. So I thought that's what we'd kind of talk about. I'm going to do a little bit of that as we get started. This is one of my traveler's notebooks, and this one is not specific to any particular trip. It's just all kinds of different trips. So girls trip, trip to the lake, Bryce Canyon National Park. This was part of our Bryce Canyon trip. So sometimes it's just 1 or 2 pages. Other times it's 4 or 5 or 6. Another spread in Bryce Canyon, and this is what I'm going to do today. Similar to that. After I did this one, I'm like, you know what? Well, a couple months later, Nick and I went to Zion National Park. These are both in southern Utah. And I thought, you know what? I kind of am onto something here. Maybe every time we go to a national park, maybe I should do an intro spread like this with a full-size photo, large stamps from Carrie Bradford. So here we go. This is the start of the Zion one, and some of my Zion. See this format? Same as the Bryce format. And I thought, oh my gosh, you know what? Every time we go to a national park, I'm going to do that same format. Because then it's really easy. I don't even have to think about what I'm documenting. Well, I have to think about what I'm documenting. I don't have to think about how I document it. So Nick and I went to southern Utah, about a month ago, in Harvey, our RV, and we went to a place called Dead Horse Point. Now, if you don't know Utah, Utah has 5 national parks, all in southern Utah. Southern Utah is the most amazing place you've ever seen. I mean, it's seriously, Zion National Park, amazing. And then Bryce, yeah, amazing. Then you also have a lot of state parks, okay? So we hit State Park while we were on our little RV trip. And anytime we go to a national park, well, really anytime I go on, not all trips, but most of the trips I go on, I do this. I collect things, okay? I collect things because I don't necessarily know when I am going what I might want to document. So I collect a lot of things. Now, when it comes to national park or state park, I kind of know now because I've kind of landed on this format. But we went to Bora Bora last summer, and it was amazing. This is what I do when I go on a trip like that, because I know that I want to document it. I save everything. I mean, look at, I literally I have coasters, I have baggage tags. I mean, I have everything because I never know what I might want to document. So if I throw something like this in my suitcase, just this little folder, then I have one spot to throw everything as I go. Now, I won't use all of this in my documenting, but guess what? If I start to document this trip, when I start to document this trip, if I don't have these things, well, good luck. I'm probably never going back there. No, don't get me wrong. It was amazing, but we've already done it. So I'm going to go somewhere new. So if I can collect as much as I can when I'm there, then I have what I need to use. I actually have here on my YouTube channel a video that talks about my process, that when I set out to go on a trip, I know that I'm going to document kind of how I prepare and what I do along the way to make sure that I have what I need when I sit down to document. All right, now you may think it's kind of weird that I do even these guys. Well, guess what? These are stickers. These are the baggage tags, right? These are stickers with the airport code. Every airport, literally every airport in the world, even if it's like a grass runway that is an airport, has a 3-digit airport code for air traffic control. So my little baggage tags are stickers. I can work this into my memory keeping. So when we went to Southern Utah, I threw this little pouch in my bag and I collected all these things. Tracy said, I have luggage tags in my albums. Right. It's part of the memorabilia. It's like those little dance tickets that were in my grandma's scrapbook, right? It's part of the, I mean, I don't know, it almost makes the people feel like they were there a little bit more, right? So grabbed all of these things, and I started grabbing some very specific things when we go to state parks and when we go to national parks. And that would be these 4 things right here. So let's talk about what these are. And this is just my way that I like to document these types of trips. The first thing is one of these white stickers, because all of them so far have that same white sticker. Look at. So I have Zion National Park, I have Dead Horse State Park, I have Bryce Canyon National Park. So now I have that, and that's just kind of part of the way I'm documenting those parks. I also have started picking these up. And those of you that are national parkers or state parks or whatever they are, these little travel stamps are pretty cool. I have these now from 3 national parks and 1 state park, this state park. So this is something that I recently found and ordered online. You guys, there's no end to the type of documenting that I do, and because I just love it. So look at this. This is a little binder, travel stamps. And there's this little book, and you have places to put all those little stickers. So I can put a little sticker, I can put a photo, and I have room right here to do whatever I want. Now, you know what's so cool about this? This is the thing that I'm most excited about. I'm going to show you. I have 2 of these. The reason I have 2 of these is because when Nick and I came back from Dead Horse State Park, Sam and his girlfriend saw this, not the whole book, but this, and they said, oh my gosh, where did you get that? We want one of those. And that just made my little heart go pitter patter. You know why? Because they want to do this. They want to go travel, go to national parks and things, buy the little stickers, and then write them down in the book. That's scrapbooking. Believe me, I'm never going to say to Sam that he's scrapbooked, although he'd be open to it. But that's what that is. So when we talk about the different formats of things that I've shared with you guys today, whether it's the little A6 size in the letterfolk little notebooks, whether it's something like this, whether it's a traveler's notebook or a scrapbook, whatever it is, you never know when one of these formats is going to hit someone and go, oh my gosh, that's it. That's the way I want to do it. So now I have this for Sam and his girlfriend, which I'm very excited about. So I've just started collecting these guys. I have a bag somewhere. I was trying to look in between for my bag. I couldn't find it. I have a bag somewhere that's very similar to this that has all my stuff from Bryce and Zion. So anyhow, that's another way that I'll also be documenting this. You guys can tell I get very passionate about these things. It's just, I don't know, it inspires me and it gets me excited. And you know what? One day when I'm no longer here, if my kids decide we don't want any of this, we're going to throw it away. That's okay because it gave me a lot of pleasure while I was alive. While I am alive, not was. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I am going to start out kind of starting to build this, this same spread, but for our trip to Dead Horse Point. So I know I always need the same things. I need a sticker like that. I need a postcard like this, and we'll create a little tip in. Debbie said we all have those bags somewhere, right? Yeah, I don't know where it is. I know it's here. I just got to find it. Oh, look at that. Tracy said I always get 2 stamps. One for my travel stamp book, so the travel stamps we were just talking about, and one for my memory keeping. You've been documenting national parks forever. I love that. That is so fun. That is so fun. Okay. Oh, you know what I need to do? Okay. I've been chatting for a while. How about if I do the giveaway? Okay. I'm stopping. My finger stops. Kathy Oppenborn. Kathy or Oppenborn. It's probably Oppenborn, not Oppenborn. Kathy Oppenborn, you are the winner of the workbook and the pencil. Oh, I don't want to show you that. That shows all the prizes. Okay. So Kathy Oppenborn. Kathy, what I will have you do is please send an email to lailbymail@gmail.com. And in the subject line, put winner. Oh, you are here. Yay, I love that. Okay. Put winner workbook and pencil. And we'll get your prize shipped off. Now, don't be sad if you guys don't win yet, because we still have more prizes. All right. We'll do the next prize that we'll do will be a replay prize, so anyone can participate. All right. So I know I need those things. I have some washi because I need to do a tip in, and we'll talk about how to do the tip in. I have a library pocket. I always do a library pocket here. And then I do a little library card in here where I can do some journaling, talk about our trip, and then a photo there, and then little photos here. So what I won't be doing today is the photos here and the photos here. So I'll just be getting started. What I wanted to show you, let's go back and look here. This, one more thing in relation to national parks and state parks. If you did not know this, or if you're just starting to go, or you think, oh, I want to start going to national parks and state parks. All the national parks and state parks have a little stamping station. They have a stamp. They actually have multiple stamps. This one, Bryce Canyon National Park, Bryce, Utah, and the date. So they have little pieces of paper there that you can stamp on. Sometimes I'll take my traveler's notebook with me if I think about it ahead of time, or if I even just have a piece of cardstock or something that I can do that and then put in my memory keeping. So this is the one, Dead Horse State Park. So when I do this for Dead Horse State Park, I'll just put that little guy, I'll probably put it on maybe a piece of cardstock or something, but not kind of fun. Okay, so as I start to do this, and what's going to happen is this one's going to be filled up soon. When it's filled up, I'll just start a new one. So, and I mean, if you're just starting to do something like this, you could just keep all of this type of thing in one traveler's notebook. I obviously didn't do that because I didn't know that's what I was going to do until I started going. And then there we go. All right. Let's get this out so I can work with it. Let's get it out. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Tracy said, I like to stamp on the brown paper bags the stuff comes in. Yep, they always have craft bags. And that's probably because they're made out of recycled something or other, right? Okay. When you're there, yes, they have those craft bags, which is a great place to just, I'll get an extra big bag and put all the stuff in there from the trip if I forgot my little pouch. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start out by putting that guy just right up there. Stickers. There's a lot of good stickers to be had at the national parks and state parks. So I've done 3 of the 5 national parks in southern Utah. Still 2 to go. Been to Arches many times. Not Moab. Arches many times. Bryce now twice. Oh my gosh, Zion's many times. My mom and stepdad used to have a house in Springdale, right outside of Zion's National Park. So we used to go down there a good amount of time. I have not been to Canyonlands, which is a national park, and I can't remember what the other one is. One of my most favorite stamps ever of Carrie Bradford's. She did a stamp set called The Big Five. And it is the Big Five. The Big Five, the national parks in Utah. Which, if you like to go to national parks in Utah like me, it's an awesome set to have. To document your adventures. All right, so there we go. Then I put my little library card here, or my library pocket. Now, Mimi, this is what I was going to use this guy for. And then I didn't have enough time. Long story, but I didn't have enough time. So this is a pre-made library pocket. It's a giant sticker. I have these on my website. So I sell them in 2 ways. I have them just the pockets, and just the pockets will make sense in a minute why you'd want just the pockets. But I also sell them as the pockets with the library card at the same time. This little tool is pretty nifty. This little tool is a pocket punch board. You can make your own pockets like this. Actually, you can make several different styles. And we did that, oh my gosh, it's probably been about 6 months ago now. So you can take any pattern paper and then make your own patterned library pockets. So when we're together again in 2 weeks, I will use this and I'll show you guys how that works. But in the meantime, I'm just going to use my easy peasy one there. So big sticker, all we have to do is pop that off. Elspeth, what did I do? What did I miss? Oh, yeah. Elspeth, you are right on. I know what I did. Well, guess what? Anna, I don't think Memorial Valley is. So what I did, what Elspeth is telling me that I did, is that what I have been doing I've been doing this first before I do this. And look what I just did. I just put that sticker in. So guess what? It's done. And I think I pressed down on that pretty hard. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my goodness. I must be doing something right in my life. Look at that. Look at gentle, right? This is where patience is important. Patience, grasshopper. Oh, you know what we're going to do right now? Since I'm so happy that worked out that way, we're going to do another live giveaway right now. Let me just get this off because I need to be patient, because usually it's at the end. You're like, oh yeah, it's off. And then you rip everything. Oh, yes, I am amazed. I am totally amazed. Whew, dodge that bullet. Okay, now I probably could find that sticker online, maybe somewhere. I don't know. Okay, this is the prize I want to do. Another live prize, and I just got a bunch more of these. I do not sell these. I wish I could, but Creative Memories makes these, and so they don't sell wholesale. This is the tool you guys see me use all the time. This multi-purpose tool. My friend Lindsay saw me do something once, and she's like, oh my gosh, don't you have a multi-purpose tool? And I'm like, what is that? And now I've been addicted. So it's just this little tool with this little flat skinny thing. And that's what I just use to start to pry that up. So it's an awesome tool. I agree, Linda. So guess what? I'm going to give away one. I don't know. I probably have 8 or 9, but I'm going to give away one. And you guys know how this works. This is another live giveaway, which just means in the chat, And in a little bit, at some point, I will randomly pick a winner for that. Oh, Elspeth, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad I saw that comment. I'm like, I forgot what page. Let's make sure we're good. Oh my heck. Okay, I almost said the other word. Wow. Lil. All right, this is what I did, friends. This is what I did. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. So this is now the big page. And now, how did I do that? Look it, I put the sticker not here. That's all right. I'll do another spread of this trip. That'll be okay. I don't dare try to lift this up again. I mean, I think that I'll be pushing my luck. So it's all right. It's all good. Well, here's the other thing that I could do. I won't do this because I can document some more, but I could just adhere these two pages together. If I adhered them together, we would never even know. So no worries. If that's all that, don't say that. Don't say that. Do not say that. That is asking for trouble. All right, so there we go. That is the start. And I will take one of the photos that I took and everything I document when it comes to things like this. These are all my photos, my photo, all the big ones are my photos. We talked earlier this morning, and when I did this, Persnickety Prints at this time wasn't printing these large size prints, but sometimes you need a photo that is just like so impactful. Persnickety Prints now can do those for you. All right. So normally up until this point, I have been using a pre-done library card, right? And then I, write on that. The problem with that is all these things are in my way. I don't want to know date, due, borrower's name. I don't want all that. I just want to be able to write on it. That is how this one came to be, my library card stamp. Now, don't be worried about this. This has been used a lot. I actually used this stamp in a kit, and I didn't stamp them all. Lily did, but anyhow, so that's why it's just very dirty. Dora, it is called the multi-purpose tool. It's a creative memories tool, multi-purpose. There are a couple people, Debbie. I think Debbie is a creative memories consultant, and then Susie. I don't think I've seen Susie here. Susie Cubido. I've told Debbie before, and I've also told Susie that if they want to mention in the Facebook group, the Lail by Mail Facebook group, that they are a creative memories person, then I told them I would be, it's totally fine. So Debbie, Dora, if you're in the group, hop over to the group after. Debbie, if you want to do your little plug again after, that is absolutely okie dokie. Because, yeah, I wish I could sell them. I could sell a heck ton of those because heck ton. Did you hear that? Did you like my heck ton? Wow. Normally I would say something different than heck ton, another 4-letter word that starts with an S and ends with a T, but I do not swear when we're together. So heck ton. That's actually, I've never even heard that. Hang on, I need a stamping block and, darn it. All right, here's another reason why you need to have a larger stamping block. We talked about that this morning. Sorry, I'm picking up off the floor. We talked about that this morning. Because I need it to do this, you also need a larger stamping block to do something like this. So that library card stamp is in my store. I said I was going to wait and do, I won't clean this now, but this is from our morning session. Whoopsie. So I need to put this somewhere. Where is the stamp set? Where is the stamp set? Because you know what's going to happen. Oh, you guys can just see it with me. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's just do this. Let me just take a minute and put them back on here, because next time when it's next month and we're ready to do about last month, I'll be like, oh my gosh, what did I do with all of those? All right. What I was saying, I was joking. You know I'm from Utah because I say heck. Oh my heck is a big thing in Utah. I don't know if it is in other places, but oh my heck is a big thing from Utah. Now, heck ton is not a word I've ever heard, but I guess part of my Utah came out there, and then part of my, I'm a business, I will not swear on the video. So, heck ton is what we get. All right, there we go. Now they'll all be there next time I need them. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes, I love that. So this is awesome. What you guys are saying is yes, you can find them on Amazon. I have bought mine. No. Susie's Stampin' Up. Debbie is Amazon. Oh my gosh, sorry. Debbie is Creative Memories. So yes, definitely much better. And I have bought mine from Debbie. Definitely, if you can support small business, whatever small business, Amazon is a time and a place. But if you can support small business, yeah, we like it when you support us. I don't sell dog food, so you have to get it somewhere. No, all right. All right, so here we go. Here is my library card stamp, and I'm going to stamp that in black. When it comes to black, I have lots of different inks, brands, but almost use exclusively Distress Oxides just because I love them, except for black. When it comes to black, this is the only ink that I sell right now. I've got to decide if I want to start selling Distress Oxides because I get asked a lot about them and I use them a lot. So I have to decide if I want to sell them. But this is right now the only ink that I sell, and it's the VersaFine Clair Black Nocturne, and it's a pigment ink. So we talked about pigment earlier. Pigment is what I call a juicy ink, meaning you get nice, good, solid coverage. This is the best black I have ever come across. And I've been black stamping for quite a while. When I say black stamping, for a long time, I only stamped with black ink. That's all I would use. So, in fact, my friend Amy Sonneman, turned me on to this ink. It is pretty spectacular. All right. Oopsie. See what I did? All right, here we go. Now, I'm not going to test this one first. Clearly, it's already used, but I'm not going to test it first because I am going to stamp on my white cardstock, and then I'll cut out my card. So if it kind of doesn't, if I do something funky and it doesn't work, then I'll just do another one. All right, so this one, I just want to make sure that I get it all pressed down. When I do an entry in my Out the Window Traveler's Notebook after this, I'm going to use the MISTI. So we'll talk about the MISTI. It's a stamping tool, and how I use it and different times when it can really come in handy. Probably, well, I won't do this because I always like to, when we're doing this, I like to show you guys how I do it. But what I should do is a MISTI would be a great tool. Look at that, nice and crisp and looks so good. Hi, Mindy. Now I need to put that off to the side somewhere so I don't step on it on accident. MISTI is really great for repetitive stamping. So if you're doing Christmas cards or tags or something like that, where you're stamping the same thing over and over and over, this would be a great thing to use the MISTI for. If you just wanted to pre-stamp a whole bunch of the library cards. So then you just have them when you're ready to go. All right, where is my trimmer? Well, I'm not sure where that one went, but I can use this one right now. Yeah, who knows where that went? That's weird. Okay, I'll use this one because size-wise I'm okay. Alrighty, so I like to have a little bit of a white border on the card. And the stamp is true to size. I mean, it is the size of a library card. That's how I designed it, to be the size of the library card. A little bit of white border, a little bit less on one side than the other, but that's okay. And it's designed to fit into the pockets, right? So there we go. That nice little card will just tuck right in there. Well, I probably, before I placed this, I probably should have put a card in there, because that's okay. I'm a little bit too tall. So there we go. When I'm ready to finish this, I will, well, I'm going to do some more, but I will add a photo there. I'll probably do, this is one of Carrie's stamp sets as well. Oh, look it always goes over that. Huh, who knew? I should have known. Anyhow, I'll add a photo and then probably do a little stamp there and then do my little bit of journaling in here. And then I'll add the photos over here. So when I do these entries, I'm not adding any product, right? There's really no product here. It's all just memorabilia and photos, which is fun, right? Not everything has to have product on it. Some of you guys will post in the Facebook group and say, hey, I know someone recently posted and said, can someone give me some advice? I'm on a budget and, really don't have money to buy, product, like all of this stuff that you guys using. So what can I do? And it was awesome to hear all the advice and suggestions and, if you have pens and doodle or, so many great ideas. And then one of the coolest things, someone said, I don't remember what the lady's name was that had asked for advice. Someone said, you know what? I have lots of stuff and I don't need all my stuff. And I'd be more than happy to share it with you. So would you be willing to send me your address? And so she sent her some stuff, which I thought was so cool. But yeah, you don't need, really, here's the thing. You guys, I could document this whole trip. I wouldn't even need photos, right? I wouldn't even need photos. I wouldn't have to spend a dime because I could, no. Hold on, where'd it go? I could, bear with me. I could just do this, right? These things, brochures are free, right? Brochures are free and these little stamps are free. So I could do all of my documenting and not even need to have, I don't have to spend a dime. So I could, other than the entrance fee to get in the national park, but look I could just cut right around, cut this out of the brochure and look at that beautiful photo. I guarantee you, any photo I took of Dead Horse Point State Park looked nothing like that. It has all the fun facts on it. And there's another cool photo there. It has all the information. Dead Horse State Park at night. Kind of really cool. Oh my gosh, you guys, the stars when we were there were off the hook because you're in the middle of nowhere, which means no light pollution. So stars were amazing. But look at all of these things. I could just use all of these things to document my trip. I wouldn't even have to buy anything. And you know what could be really cool? Look at this, Dead Horse State Park. I could cut that out right there. And I could put that, if I was not using stamps or anything, I could cut that out right there. And there it goes right there and just do all my documenting that way. So sometimes we just have to get creative in how we do things, right? Sometimes we just have to get creative in how we do things. Okay. So next up, I do this. I have been adding the postcards because I think the postcards are a fun touch, but the postcards also give space for additional writing, right? Talking a little bit more about what you saw or what you did or your favorite thing. What's fun, and I've done this, not with these trips, but I've done this before. It's really fun when you do something like this, go on any trip, buy a postcard, but don't bring it home. Buy a postcard and a stamp and write on it and mail it back to yourself. Because then you can put it in your book and then it's cool because it's a postcard and it's gone through the mail and it has the postmark of wherever you were, especially if you're going somewhere internationally, right? You have a postmark of a foreign country or whatever it is. So, okay. Let's do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to create what is called a tip-in, okay? T-I-P space I-N. Thelma and Louise. So Thelma and Louise went over in this one and Dead Horse Point. Dead Horse Point. That is cool. I did not know that. Okay. So I am going to create a tip-in. And a tip-in is how you can add additional things into your traveler's notebook, right? Because it doesn't have rings. We can't like take things out and put things in. Well, we could take things out, we'd rip pages out, but we can put things in by creating what's called a tip-in. And that's one of the ways that we can, there are a couple different ways that you can put things in. But so whenever I do a tip-in, I take washi. Now, I had an idea. I've been using this washi just because it's kind of good for National Park. It's just kind of a good color. Oh yeah, that's what I'm going to use. All right. So when I create a tip-in, basically what we need to do is we need to have our washi partly on whatever it is we're trying to put in, and then partly whatever we're trying to put it into, right? So it's partly on the postcard, partly on the insert. And that's what I need to do here. Partly on the postcard and partly on the insert. The width of your washi when you're doing this is important, okay? So some manufacturers make washi that is thinner than what I call the standard, okay? So I think standard is 15 millimeters. I mean, I know 15 millimeters is the width, but I think that's kind of the standard, is 15 millimeters. So that's what I'm using here, and that's what I use most often. That's the most common washi that you see. But like when we were looking at the Celebrate or the Vicky, the Sweet Rush washi earlier today, this one has three different three different sizes. I didn't grab one of the sizes. Okay, this one has three different sizes. Okay. This is standard. This is 15 millimeters. This one is thinner. This one is thicker. I don't know what the millimeters are. It doesn't really matter. We don't want to use a thin one when we're creating a tip-in. If we use a thin one, there's just not enough width to get on what we're trying to tip into and what we're trying to tip in. So too thin. This could work, but probably too thick, because you know what's going to happen? That's going to cover up a good chunk of what I am trying to tip in. So I generally use the 15 millimeter, kind of that standard washi when I do this. This is one of my washis too. This one is Classic Ruler. Classic Ruler. There's Blush Ruler and Navy Ruler too. Oh boy, look what I just did. I just poked my fingernail right through that. I think it'll be okay. So we have one side in. Now we need to do the other side. Dora, that's amazing. What did Dora say? Oh, a friend that collected all of them. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. All right. So here is something that I did not know, but I recently found out. If you have gone to a park, let's say you're like, oh my gosh, I've been to these 6 national parks, but I wasn't collecting the stamps then, and then I missed it, but I want to collect the stamps, but I was already there and I'm not going to go back. You could, no, I know that that's 15 millimeters, Karen, because I had it designed. That's 15 millimeters. I don't know what these two are, because these are non-standard. That's 15 millimeters. The width is 15 millimeters. Okay, so there we go. And I don't know how many inches 15 millimeters is. I just know it's 15 millimeters. All right, so here we go. There is my tip-in. That's probably going to bug me. I'm going to have to do that later since I kind of poked my fingernail through there and it tore, but I won't do that right now. Oh, yes. So what I was going to say, if you decide you want to start collecting those travel stamps that I show you that I have been collecting since we've been to 2 more, and I will probably go back and get the stamps for these. We've done Yellowstone, and is Grand Teton a national park? I don't remember. Anyhow, you can buy these travel stamps online. Which is where I got the book too. I got this at a national park, but I bought the book and then a pack for Sam and then these online. So if you've been doing national parks and you weren't collecting, or state parks and you weren't collecting, you can still go and order them online. Because we recently were in Arches, but we were nowhere near a visitor center, so I couldn't get one. So I thought, I wonder if you can get them online. Yes. All right, so there we go. that is the start now of how I document this kind of trip. So I will get that finished up at some point, but I thought it'd kind of be fun to share that whole process and how you can do tip-ins, the stamp, the pocket, and all of that. All right, so next we are going to move to, yeah, Tracy. Tracy just said you can order the park stamps online. Yeah, which is awesome. Okay, put that off to the side. And now we're going to move to another one of my traveler's notebooks. This is kind of amusing. I started this one in March of 2020. This one is very specifically for photos that I take out the window of the airplane. I love to take photos out the window of the airplane. So in March of 2020, it was early 2020, before it's the the BC, the before COVID, when I started this. So we had just come back from a trip to Hawaii. Nick, my husband, has a big customer in Hawaii, so we have to go to Hawaii once a year. And when I say have to, you know what I mean. So we had come back from a trip to Hawaii, and we were flying from Honolulu into LAX. And that is the picture I took out of the airplane. So that's the window. We were right over the wing. That is the sunset on the horizon. And so that is the reflection in the wing. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I kept taking photos and photos and photos because I thought it was so cool. And I've taken photos out of the airplane window for a long time, but I thought I need to start documenting them. So I did. Prior to pandemic BC, I was traveling a lot. So that was February 7th, February 20th, February 29th, March 4th. No, that was the same trip. Yeah, that was the same trip. March 6th, I was gone again. This was the weekend before, the weekend BC, everything shut down. So what I set out to do when I started to create this traveler's notebook, you're starting to see a theme in some of the things I do. It's the way that we do about last month. It's the way we do in the news. It's the way I do my national park documenting. It's the way I do out the airplane window documenting. It's all the same format, right? And the reason I like to do that is that it makes it so easy. I can document so quickly without having to do a bunch of thought, right? So as you see, same exact format for every one of those. Minneapolis, on the way to Minneapolis. Look at all those lakes. Isn't that cool? Like all those frozen lakes. Anyhow, so here we go. March 6th, March 8th, 2020. I was supposed to travel to Colorado March 27th of 2020 to teach at a store. And obviously nothing was happening there. So I thought, you know what? I should document this because this is part of it. So I always have the 3-digit airport code that I'm leaving from and the 3-digit airport that I'm going to. Always have a photo, always have the date using Carrie Bradford stamps, and then I always do a little just blurb. Well, since everything was shut down, this is back when no flights, literally no airports were closed, everything was closed. And I thought, well, I can't get a picture out the airplane window, but you know what I can get? A picture of all of those airplanes lined up on the runway because they didn't have anywhere to put them because they weren't flying, right? So not my photo. I have the best photographer friend in the world, and that photographer friend has all the photos I'll ever need, and that's called Google. So all I did, I went to Google and I searched for planes lined up or something like that and found that, and I thought, oh, that's good. All the rest of them are mine, but sometimes we can't take the photo, right? How am I ever going to get that photo? So Google can take it for me. Anyhow, so that's what we have. That was into Bora Bora. That was amazing. Okay, so continue. I have one that I'll do, and I thought I'd just show you my process of how I do this. I am always doing this on a separate piece of cardstock. Okay, I'm doing this on a separate piece of cardstock. Virginia said, glad you documented that, such a different time. I will show you one of my most favorite projects I've ever done related to that. I'm going to grab it across the room where all of my traveler's notebooks are. This chunky monkey. This chunky monkey is Look at that. Okay, Kristen said, can you get Carrie to make a set stamps of Out the Window? Well, I would have to do, I mean, obviously I would do them totally different, but I could do my own stamps for Out the Window. Oh, Kristen, what? That's an amazing idea. I mean, these are not, I probably better, but better explain this. These are just alphabet stamps from Carrie. These are just number stamps from Carrie. So if I did my own set of stamps specific to Out the Window, it would not be, Carrie's a very good friend of mine. I would not be infringing upon anything that she did. All I did was use her alphabet stamps to do this and her number stamps and came up with my own format. So, okay, so guess what? Kristen, I'm going to make that happen. And when I do, and when I have them, I want you to email me and say, remember, I'm the one who gave you the idea, and I will send you the stamps, okay? Because that's like the best idea I've heard all day. So I need to write it down though, so just bear with me because that's something I don't want to forget. Which also reminds me of something. I am just starting to work on an idea book. Traveler's Notebook idea book. Okay. And I have lots of thoughts about what is in that. There will be lots of photos. So lots of photos of all different spreads that I've done. I mean, there will be hundreds of ideas in there because they're all, I mean, many hundreds, just all ideas from my Traveler's Notebook. So I'm sending them to someone to photograph because I will never have time to photograph them all. But that's my thought. I would love to hear from you guys what, but not in the chat, and I'll probably post it in the Facebook group too. But I would love to hear from you guys what you would like to see in an idea book like that. Kind of like how you'd like to have it, or how you'd like to see it organized. And is it by topic, or is it by single pages and double pages, or is it with photos, without photos? I'm just kind of curious how you would, how that would help you. I'll post it in the Facebook group too, but even if you guys want to leave, I know, here we go. This is going to be an unplanned replay giveaway. If you want to leave me in the comments, on the comments section of the video. So once the video is done, leave me a comment telling me in an idea book like that, how it would help you most to have it be organized. Then I will pick a winner, and that winner will get, I have actually a Traveler's Notebook a travel themed Traveler's Notebook coming out probably next month. So then that person can win that. How about that? But I would love to know. I would just love to know. So, okay. Total segue. Sorry about that. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I know what I was saying. I always create this on a separate standalone piece of cardstock. See how this is not in the book. All of these pieces are glued in. They're adhered to the insert page itself. They're not done right here. And there's a very specific reason that I do that. The reason that I do that is when it comes to stamping this, I'm stamping the exact same thing every time. And when I say same thing, I mean the arrow is always there. The two dates are there. The three-digit airport code, So I have that set up already on my MISTI. Okay. Now it's so dirty. It is so dirty. I actually just bought a new one. I just bought a smaller one. I bought a smaller one because what I would like to do is to be able to have this just always set up on that smaller one. This is big enough now that when I use my MISTI, I can do other things up here. So this really hasn't moved since I started doing this. This hasn't moved in 2 years because then I don't have to replace it every time. It makes it super easy. So let's talk about the MISTI. And MISTI, I don't sell it, but I have linked it in the description of the video. So you know where to find it and what it is if you think that you want one. But basically, it is a stamping platform. Dora said, so Dora just asked a great question. What if you have a layover at another airport? So if I am flying from Salt Lake to Minneapolis and then Minneapolis to, let's say, JFK, and I take the photo out the window from Salt Lake to Minneapolis, then I say Salt Lake to Minneapolis because it was really photo over Minneapolis. But that's how I do it. So I think whichever way you do it, as long as you're consistent, it kind of doesn't really matter, right? Okay, so, oh yeah, it's a stamping platform. And MISTI stands for Most Incredible Stamping Tool Invented. The MISTI, Most Incredible Stamping Tool Invented. Now, like I said, mine's filthy. Lily is someone that works for me part-time. And that is what I had her do our swatches. My ink swatch book. Where did it go? Oh, ink swatch book. We talk about repetitive stamping. You talk about repetitive stamping. That is the same stamp over and over and over again, just different ink. So if you're doing Christmas cards, so maybe you're stamping a greeting on the front of a Christmas card, same thing every time. So the way that the MISTI is designed to work, you set up your stamp here. You put whatever you are stamping on here. So in this case, I am stamping on this. That goes here. This is a magnetic base. It's a magnetic base. There's a piece of foam on there. Foam is nice because it helps your stamps to kind of sink in, so you're getting a really good stamped impression. So that's there. And then I've added a couple of extra magnets, but it comes with, I think, 1 or 2 magnets. And the magnets are what help hold that paper in place so that when you lift up, your paper doesn't come with it. So I have my stamps set up over here. And I'm going to do this, but I need to replace these. So I'd ink it up and then go, and then it stamps on that. The reason I use the MISTI for this, as opposed to trying to stamp directly in my traveler's notebook, is because I always want this to be in the same place. And the thicker my insert gets, the harder it is going to be for me to get a really good, solid impression, especially when I start to get all the way this way. When I start to get all the way this way, I have a lot of pages that are already here, and I'm going to have a hard time trying to get a nice stamped impression. So that is why I do these on a separate piece of cardstock and then just adhere them in. You might have just seen this thing, okay? This thing is a cheat sheet that I made the first time I did this. So if you are not always keeping your stamps on something like this, a cheat sheet can come in really handy. And so this is my cheat sheet because I didn't know I was just going to keep it on my MISTI. But basically this tells me size 4 3/4 by 8. That is the size of my cardstock that I'm cutting to put in there. My photo is 3 by 3 plus a 1/4 inch white border around all sides. Placement. So if I was moving these, not keeping them down every time, the placement is 1 row from the bottom, 2 columns from the right edge. And then I have which stamps I used in which place, 1 row from the bottom, 2 columns from the right edge. That is where that is kind of starting, and then everything else goes from there. So if you're doing repetitive stamping, you're not using a MISTI, you are using a MISTI, whatever it is, but you want to have the same or similar, same look going forward, do yourself a favor and just make yourself a note like this. It's make it so much easier, because I guarantee you, I think I worked on this in February. February was when I worked on this because I needed to get caught up. So I was at a retreat, teaching at a retreat, and I had some extra time. So I kind of got myself caught up. But there is no way, if I were to sit down right now to do this, that I would remember any of this. I'd be digging around. What size was my photo? What stamps did I use? Where do I put them and everything? So cheat sheets are always good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, let's look at, I had written down, I was going from SLC, Salt Lake City, to San Diego, SAN. This was on February 9th of 2022. So I need to, nice thing, let me just really quick tell you one more thing. Your photos, right? Photos on your phone are date stamped, right? So that helps you to kind of remember. You can also Oh, I need to show this another time. I'm not going to talk about that because I want to show it. I need to have another phone. Actually, hang on. Let me go see, because while Nick is here, I could borrow his phone. Let me just, really quick, let me see where he is. I'm coming. I'm coming. Okay, I'm back. He's napping. I guess he's worn out after ink. Susan, I just got back and saw. I use this one. It's a VersaFine Claire. Sukaniko. It's a pigment ink. I have these on my website, but you can find them. You can find them in a lot of different places. This I think is the best for sure. Okay, Mandy, if you are still here. When we were all together on March 13th and I did the whole demo of the Epson Creative Print app, I was using Nick's phone because I needed to film with my phone, but I was using Nick's phone. I've been on Nick for a long time about he had like 20 pages here with just all of his individual, little icons. And I'm like, it was driving me crazy. And Mandy's like, oh my gosh, it drove me crazy because she saw his phone because I was filming like this. Since then, I convinced him to make some folders, so not as bad. Anyhow, so I want to show you guys a really cool trick. If I go into photos, now I'm sure I'm okay. I don't know. I don't generally pick up Nick's phone and look to see what's on his phone, but I think we're good. I don't think there's anything bad on there. So let's do this. Okay. If I come into photos and I want, let's say I'm like, oh gosh, I'm wondering when I need that photo when we were skiing. Okay, let's say that I need that photo when we were skiing. And I'm like, well, I don't want to go through like forever photos to find it. What I can do, and I don't know if this works on an Android. So I don't know. I do know it works on Apple. I go to search. Okay. That little search bar there, you can type in whatever you want. You can type in ski. Look at this. Oh, hold on. That's weird. Hold on. Skiing. Oh, there we go. So I typed in skiing. Look what just happened. Do you guys see that? It pulled up. It's like, oh, you have 38 photos on your phone that are skiing. Now, he didn't tag those to say that they were skiing photos. Apple knows. It knows. It knows what skiing is, and it can find all the photos that it thinks are skiing, right? So let's say, oh golly, I don't know what I'm going to find. Flowers. Flowers. Okay. Flowers. Oh, look at this. See all. So for some reason, I don't know. I must have had to borrow Nick's phone for something. Look at, there are 3 here that are flowers. That's one of my spreads. It does work on Android. Okay, great to know, Valerie. Great to know. But look at that. So if I type in cat, let's look for cat. Oh, look it. There's 2 photos. That was Poe. That was our Poe. 2 photos on Nick's, look at that one. That's when we were in Bora Bora. There are 2 photos on Nick's phone about cats. So I kind of got very segued on that. If you are trying to find photos on your phone, you can't find them, use the search and you can type in whatever you want. You could type in Ferris wheel. Now, I learned this from Stacy Julian. I was teaching at a Crop and Create in Toronto, and she showed people that. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the best thing ever. I thought it was really cool. Time ranges, well, it does time ranges. This is like a little iPhone class. Hang on, let me put his password in. So it does time ranges when you go, hold on. Oh, library. So when you go to library, you have years, months, and days. Okay, so I think that's what you meant. Time ranges, years, month, and days. So if I want to go to years, Look at 2022, 2021. Oh, look at, there we were, Sam's senior night for lacrosse. But it separates them in years. Oh, look at that. 2015, that was our 20th wedding anniversary when we were in England. Anyhow, years, months. You can search by July, May, March, February. I'm not sure if that's what you meant or not. So the way that you do that, you go to library. Okay, so let me go over here. Here's albums. Go to library, and it's at the bottom of library. Therese, I'm going to type in porn on the boys' phones. Oh no. Yeah, just don't type in. Well, and this is one of those, you just never know what you're going to see on someone's phone. So I'm sure Nick's okay, but you never know. I mean, not with him, but you never know. All right, total segue, but so really where I was going with that is that if I don't know if I looked for window, if I looked for window on my phone, I would probably see all of the, these, because it can tell it's out a window. Wow. Okay. But days like today are good, squirrel days. Okay. They're good squirrel days because, it's a good time just to talk about lots of different things, and share. Okay, so I need to reset this. So I know I'm going from Salt Lake to San Diego because that's what my note said. Someone had sent me an email and asked me, I think it was what I stored my MISTI in. It was my MISTI or my printer. I think it was my MISTI. This is like a Forever 30, no, not Forever 31, a 31 bag. Wow. Not Forever 21. It's a 31 bag and it fits the MISTI perfectly. And so that's what I stored in. And I stored it all that way all the time. If I travel with it, it's in the bag. But yeah. I also store the stamps for, where? Okay. I need another stamp. Hang on. I need block of time. Where is it? Hang on, friends. I know I have it. I just have to get one more stamp because guess what it is? It is for, yes. Oh no, block of years, not block of time. This is what I need. I need 2022. All right. So what I have here is, let's see, what I use for the airport codes is called Brooklyn Outline. Now, we've talked about Carrie stamps before. Carrie stamps sell out very quickly. CarrieBradford.com if you don't know. KerrieBradford. They sell out quickly. She releases new stamps at the beginning of every month. Don't be sad, but I think probably everything I used in this setup is sold out because they're much older. But you can substitute, right? Okay, so SLC. Here's another thing. If you don't know the 3-digit airport code, you can go Google 3-digit airport code for Salt Lake City or Los Angeles or, wherever you are. Julie's a doctor. Julie said, patients send me photos and I have to erase them quickly. Well, partly because HIPAA, but partly because you probably don't want some of those photos on your phone, huh? All right. So then I was going to San Diego, SAN. Now, a little bit of a problem, right? SLC, SAN, so I don't have another S. But that's okay because I need for placement, I need to know where SAN starts. So I'm going to pull off the S here and just place it here. And then when I do my stamping, I'll do SAN and then I can come back and put the S in over here. So SA. There's another trick I want to show you about the MISTI. And I'm not doing it this way right now because I already have all of this set up. But sometimes you might be like, oh my gosh, I need to put a stamp. I want a stamp to go exactly right in the center of that. And you're like, well, how the heck do I get my stamp in the center of that? I put it over here and then I stamp, no, that's not in the right place. And I kind of go back and forth. So let's just pretend I wanted my W. Let's say I wanted my W to be right there, to stamped right there in the center. All I'm going to do is put my W right there in the center. That's the stamping side down, flat side up. Oh, I don't want it to stick to my finger. And then I do this. Boop. and it is going to now take it, and it's exactly where I want it. But I don't need to do that right here because I already have them exactly where I wanted, because that's where they've always been. All right, SLC to San Diego. The date was February 9th. So I need O and then 9. Oh, no, 2. Wow. O and then 2, because 2 is February. Now, you could also do something like this digitally, or you could use stickers. You don't have to use stamps. It's just that when I started doing it, I wanted to use stamps. Wait a minute. Where? Oh, here we go. Take the 5 off and put the 2 down. I'm trying to read a comment that I was, let's see. Brenda, you could put your template of stamped info for travel, lay stamps on top, shut lid to pick up stamps, open ink on stamp. Oh, right? I think is that kind of what we were just talking about, right? I think so. Okay. So, O2, and it was January. These are really cool stamps that Carrie did. They're called block of time, or block of year, or block of month, or they're all kind of printer's block. And that's why I wanted to use them, because they all work so well together. Okay, December goes here. This is the kind of thing, a project like this, if I have some time to do some memory keeping, but I don't have a lot of time, or if I'm traveling and I want to do some stuff with me, this is a totally easy kind of thing to do, because I don't need a lot of supplies, right? And it's quick. It can be a totally quick project. Not something that I have to take all my supplies with me, or if I only have like a half an hour to work on something, this is a great type of project. So generally, I don't do these after every trip. I'll kind of save them up, and then I will, try to do them all at once. Well, not all at once, but some at once. All right, where'd the little guy go that I had to find? Oh, and that just reminded me, I went to get that for a reason. So I will show you guys that in a sec. Oh heavens. All right, friend. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. All right. Oh, Susan. Yeah, Susan said, I used to know all the airport codes when I worked for Delta. I'm not sure I could do it anymore. That's insane. Sandy, that's a great point. Sandy just said, Carrie also does digital stamps. So you can buy the stamps, the digital versions of the stamps, and then you could do all of this like on a computer and then just print it out. All right, hang on. This is not quite right where it needs to be. And then I needed 2022. All righty. Now this kind of thing, I always test stamp it first, always, because I don't want to mess it up, right? I don't want to mess it up. So let's make sure that that's what we need. Does it look like that? We've got all of our things. SLC to San Diego, 02. Oh no, it's 09. It's not 02. I mean, it really wouldn't matter. It was the 9th of February. I mean, really, who's gonna know? But yeah, it's the 9th of February. I was thinking 2 for February. Oh, it's the 6. Sometimes you don't have a 6 and a 9, because if it's a certain kind of font, then it's the same both ways. Okay, so now I want to get a piece of scratch paper, and I want to stamp just to make sure that it looks good. Now, ooh, that won't work. One of these stamps is new. I haven't used it before, so it needs to be primed. It needs to be primed. All right, so there we go. We're just kind of messing around just to do our little test stamp. So, wow, magnets are attached to all the metal rulers right now. Let's put that. There we go. I think we'll just get those on there, right? Okay. Need to move that over because I cut that too small. Get rid of that. Okay, now let's ink it up. Again, I'm using that VersaFine Clear. This is the same exact ink that I used when I did the library card stamp. It just gives a really nice, really nice, good coverage. That 2022 is a stamp that I had not used before. So it's going to have a really thin, microscopic, you can't see it, coating on it. That's why you always want to prime your stamps first before you stamp on a final project, because it needs to be primed first. You can wipe it off. I mean, you're not going to notice what you wiped off, but you could wipe it off. Oh, I need my tool. Usually what I just do, I just stamp on it first. This is from a company, Stamp Tabulous. It is my friend Angie Blom's sister. But it's just a little tool that you can use to kind of help you get really good, even pressure on your stamp. So there's a couple of different companies that make those. But this is little cute small business. All right, see my 2022? It was fully inked up, but I didn't quite get all the pressure down there. This is one of the best things about the MISTI, you guys. I can come back and add my ink again to that. And guess what? I can stamp right again, because guess what? Nothing is moved here. That's one of the coolest things about a MISTI. Nothing is moved there. So I can re-stamp again if I didn't quite get my coverage where I needed it to be. A couple things. When you're stamping, this is with any stamping. For me, I prefer to stand up because you can get a lot more even pressure when you're stamping than I think you can when you're sitting down. The other thing is, don't ever try to stamp on like a card table, or like if you're at a crop and they have like those banquet tables. Don't ever try to stamp on those because they have a lot of give to them. So when you try to stamp, the table's going to give. You don't want it to give. You want to have that solid surface underneath to help make sure you're getting a really good, nice impression. So those are just a couple of stamping tips. All right, so I think this guy may be running into, let me try one more time. That may be what I have going on there, because I've certainly inked the heck out of that little daddy. Oh, there we go. So I'll tell you how I would come in and fix that. All right, so we're good. SLC to San Diego. It's the 9th of February 2022. So I'm good. I think I'm ready to roll. I'm gonna put this in here. Grab I don't want those magnets. I want my other guys. Hi, Sandy Arnold. Good afternoon. All right, so let's get that there and that there. So the magnets help the paper to stay down so it doesn't lift when you're taking the lid back off. Let me see. Am I in the way? Oh yeah, I'm way in the way. Let's put this up here. You know what I need to do? In fact, I've been meaning to do this. I'm going to do this right now. I don't know. I saw somebody do this online. If you take washi, I need to create a little handle to be able to easily lift that up. Oh, that's way too big, but. Okay, so look at now when I need to lift it up, boop, much easier. I'm glad I needed to do that. So thanks for letting me do that right now. All right, ink it up. We need to fully ink again. And here's the other thing. You saw me a couple of times when I was trying to get that bottom part all nice and black. You saw me re-ink a couple times, but I was only re-inking right down here. If you are re-stamping, you probably want to re-stamp the whole thing. Or you'll kind of get, you see how here, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. There's kind of a line here where I had only inked up to here again and not up there. So I kind of have a line that you can see a little bit. Yes, tell Francis, are you guys at, are you in Dixon? The scrapbook store in Dixon? All right, so there we go. We got it nice and inked up. I really need to clean this. You can see. I really need to clean that. Yeah, I'm not liking the way that I'm not liking the way that one's looking still. Oh, hold tight. Let me get out my retractable eraser here. I need to erase that pencil because it's going to stamp right on top of it. All right, here we go. Oh, that's interesting. Well, oh no, it'll be fine when I put my S there. I mean, I knew my S needs to go there. It just looked like it was much further over than it actually was. All right, nice even pressure. Nice even pressure, especially down here since I've been having a little issue down there. I think it's just because it's a new stamp that hasn't been used before. Okay. Now, it's not as much as holding your breath, right? Because if we didn't quite get it all stamped in, we're okay. All we need to do is take it off and stamp again. So it's pretty good. It's still not quite right up there. And I just may not have that placed quite right. I think that's maybe what's going on. So I'm not going to mess with it anymore. What I can do, though, is I can come in and just clean it up with my black pen. And then it's a little splotchy, so I can come in and fill it in with my black pen, which that I will probably... Look at, good as new. Good as new. And then, like here, I'm like, oh, there's a little spot right there, fill it in. Little spot right there, fill it in. Okay, but before, I'm not done yet, right? I need to get my other S in. So, what I can do, grab my little tweezers, and I know exactly where that needs to go. I can just pick that up and put that right down there. Okay? And then, let's just ink that little S. Now, this is taking much longer than it normally would, you guys. I think I probably did 8 of these spreads in, I don't know, an hour when I was catching up. Not 8, not that many. I don't know how long it took me, but obviously it's taken me a lot longer because we're doing a lot of chatting along the way. But really, you just get it set, stamp, and you're good. If you need to restamp, but we're pretty good. There we go. Like, you never even knew that I had to do that twice to move my S's. Okay. I want to put this off to the side. This really needs to be cleaned. So let's just move this over there. And now what I do, oh, we clean our hands. Where? We always want to clean our hands in between. Wait, Lael, Dora, what did you say? I'm not sure what you said, Dora. Oh, these wipes are totally dry. Okay, hang on. Let me just, because I've got a little bit of ink on my hands, let me just go wet one of these wipes. Might as well wash my hands while I'm in here. Okay, wash my hands. I think I saw somebody maybe asked if I sell those. I do not sell those. They're a higher price point. The MISTIs, but I have them linked in the description of the video where you can get them. This little guy, this is, it's a company out of Canada, Stamptabulous. So if you would like to support small business, and I bought this myself. I'm not affiliated with them or anything. But if you support small business, it's really good. But I also know shipping from Canada can get a little pricey. So I know, I've seen some other people make them. I've just never paid attention to who they are because I already have one. All right, so then the last thing I do here, I take my little ruler. This is hard to keep ink off of sometimes. I take my little ruler and I do a little vertical line just to kind of separate that. And then I do my little journaling. So I just talk about like where I was going or why I was going or whatever it is. So in this case, I was going from Salt Lake to San Diego and I was going to teach at, so let's see, headed to San Diego to teach at Lizzie's February retreat. So excited to be back in person teaching, whoopsie, again, and to see all of the ladies and have some personal, and I'm just winging it. I didn't write this ahead of time, so I just kind of whatever. Personal crafting time too. So sometimes I'm talking about what I see out the window, but mostly, most of the time I am just writing about where I'm headed. So there we go. That is done, and it's ready to go in my book. This is one of my most favorite ways to document my travels, is this out the window. I always try to get a window seat. So when we went up to, we flew into SeaTac, when we flew into Seattle to see Jack. Well, I tagged along with Nick on his business trip, but our son Jack lives in Tacoma, so I went too. And you fly right near Mount Rainier, which is pretty spectacular when it's not covered in clouds. It was halfway covered in clouds. So I still got a cool picture of it out the window, but I need to document that. All right, so there's a little bit more memory keeping in one of my traveler's notebooks. So totally different, right? Totally different way of memory keeping, and this obviously than our listing. But there you have it. So what I had pulled out a second ago was this. So it was in response to a comment that someone left in the chat. Someone said in the chat about, that photo, the out the window that wasn't really out the window because all the planes were grounded in the early days of the pandemic. This is my chunky monkey. Yes, Mimi, rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol on the flat part. Ooh, out the car window. Hey now, yes. Like out, it could be out the RV window. I mean, it wouldn't be out the RV window, but out the car window. You know what? So Joe, guess what? That could be a part 2. You could be out the, oh no, it could be all out the, okay, I have to think about that. Out the window. So this is airplane. I have to think about car 2 to see if that's one set or 2 or, okay, we'll figure that out. Train. Yeah, I don't do many trains. We just don't really have trains here. Okay. That was on the floor. Just real quick. What I was talking about here was, this is, and I have a flip through of some of this on here on my YouTube channel, but this is when I was documenting the pandemic. And I'm so glad I did this because starting day one, I started. And there's lots of different products and things that I used. There were lots of people had digital printables and all kinds of things back then. But I have a lot of resources listed at the bottom of that video. So if you wanted any of this, you can see closer. But there we go. This was one of the coolest things. Persnickety Prints did these for about 18 months, I think. So there was a timeline for every month. And they went back to January because really there was stuff that was happening in January. We just didn't really know what was going on then, right? But March 16th, that was the day. That was the day when everything closed down. March 18th, here in Utah, we had an earthquake. I've lived here since I was in 4th grade. We've never had an earthquake. We had an earthquake 2 days after everything shut down. So it's kind of crazy. But anyhow, this is like one of my most prized possessions. I mean, this is just because it was just all of what we were going through. It was like, oh my goodness, like how is this even, what are we doing? Yeah. So, oh, look at, this was 2 years ago. This was my very first Saturday that we did on YouTube. All right. I won't go through that, but there's a lot of that in a video here on my YouTube channel. Okay. We're ready to transition now to another list. We did some lists this morning, and now we're going to hop back to that for the rest of the day. Yeah, exactly. Simone, it's very cool. And I bet you are so glad that you did that too. You did it for more than a year, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you know what? This is where a traveler's notebook is like a perfect format to do that in. 22 books. Oh my goodness. 22 books. Wow, that's amazing. But something like that, I mean, that was such an unusual time. Hopefully it's a never happen again, what we all went through. But such an unusual time that I'm so glad I documented it. Real quick, there was something I wanted to show you guys. I have some different charms that I use standard wide, Dora. A standard wide, which is 5 by 8.25. Standard is 4.33 by 8.25. So lots of different charms that either people have made me or sent me. Someone sent me this. Look at little squirrel. But charms you can hang off of your the bands on your traveler's notebooks. Also, way early on, there's a video here where I talk about how you can make things like this. But there's something I wanted to show you guys. There are a number of manufacturers now that are doing some pretty cool things that we could use as charms for our traveler's notebooks. So I thought I'd show you guys those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these are just some of the current ones. So Vicky with her collections has started doing these guys, these tassels. And you might have looked at these tassels and thought, what the heck? Like, what would I even do with that? Well, I'll tell you what I would do with it. I'd take this little pineapple one, and they're just lobster clasps, okay? Lobster clasps. And look what you do. Those little elastics on your traveler's notebook, right there. That's a fun place to hang like a little charm. I've also seen people put little charms like right here on this little guy, okay? So just kind of a fun little way to jazz up your traveler's notebook. So these that Vicky does have little lobster clasps on them, so they're really easy to add. These from Pebbles. These are fun. These went along with the Kid at Heart collection. And so I have all of these that I'm showing you guys on my website. These are not a lobster clasp. These are kind of like the, like a keychain. So you could still, just put that around your elastic as well. That would be kind of fun to put on one of your little traveler's notebooks like that. Or these. So those of you that are going to Ready, Set, Create, and I know some of you are here. Those of you that are going to Ready, Set, Create, here is a little peek into my class. You will see these guys. It's not a traveler's notebook class, but you will see these guys in class. These are little ball chain. So because it's a ball chain, it opens, then you could do the same thing. You could put that little chain right up there. But these are so cute. Look at they're little, it's just like little thread, I guess. Anyhow, those are fun. Okay, so our next list. Our next list is my favorite crafting memories, okay? Because you know what? It's International Scrapbook Day. We got to do a list about memories, or crafting memories. We have to do a list about crafting. We did a list this morning about celebrating. So if you weren't with us there, we did a list on celebrating. In fact, I'll just pull that out real quick because I know some of you weren't there. If you would like to see what that one was. This one was kind of the way we celebrate in our family, how we celebrate. So we used the Celebrate collection, and that was kind of a fun list to put together. But this one is, no, not that, that's later. This one is, my favorite crafting memories. So what I'm going to use, well, I got to totally transition my whole thought process here now. Look there's my other trimmer. It was right there the whole time. I am penned in. Like literally, I cannot move right or left any at all because there's stuff all over the floor. All right. Oh, I need Let's Get Crafty. And Let's Get Crafty is, I had it out. It's in a little pouch. It was all ready. It was all ready for me to just grab. And where did I put it? Okay. Hydration break. Get a quick, oh, here it is. It's on the floor. It's just buried under other things. All right. Hydration break over. Actually, I need to have a quick sip of water, so. Of course I am, Terry. How could I not use Let's Get Crafty? It's perfect. All right. Okay, big sip of water. So I'm using Let's Get Crafty. And I have documented, I will, 6-ish things. And this is going to be a 2-page spread. Because I can see, look at 6. This will be a 2-page spread because I want to be able to talk about these a little bit more in my list. Okay, so these are some of my most favorite crafting memories. I want to talk about them a little bit more. So in a list like this, let's see if there's one in here where I've done something like this, where my list is not a run-on. Oh, here we go. It's not a run-on list, and it is not a list where it's just, inline list. It's a list more like this. So this list was what I love about this time in my life. It's still a list because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things on my list, but I'm explaining a little bit more about them. So these things, some of my favorite crafting memories, I need to give these guys a little bit more adhesive. Oh, okay, hold on. I have to fix this because I'll lose those. They've lost their stick. So bear with me really quick. And sometimes things happen. Your stickers lose their stick. So when the stickers lose their stick, I did not intend to do this, but I just have to do this now because if I don't, those will just get lost and then I won't be able to, I'll be like, why does it say of? Just put a little extra glue on them. Golly, what was I even saying? Oh, I was talking about my list and I was talking about how I want to add a little bit more. I need to explain some of the things on my list, right? Like I could say, teaching in South Africa, but I probably want to talk a little bit more about that. Then if it's one of my favorite memories, maybe I should share a little bit of the memory in my list. This list, I am not going to be adding photos, but you could, right? Not all of our memory keeping has to have photos. And a lot of my lists don't have photos. It's still memory keeping. I still say I'm scrapbooking. I mean, I'm still scrapbooking. I just a lot of times don't call it that because some people really don't like that word. Some people think that that word is their grandma or their mom. So it's not what they do. But then they'll say, oh yeah, I like to add stickers and doodle in my planner and things like that. Well, you're scrapbooking, but I like to add photos to my planner. You're scrapbooking, memory keeping. All right. So this list that I do will have no photos. I'm not planning on photos. So I have started a new traveler's notebook insert during the morning session. And I had started doing my about last month. I need to finish that up. So my next list is going to be my favorite crafting memories. Some of my favorite crafting memories. 2-page list. And I am going to use Let's Get Crafty because of course, I mean, how could we not use Let's Get Crafty? You know what I need? Do I have another tray? Hang on. I do have another tray. Let me do this. Because if I can just dump all this out on here, this will make it a lot easier. Glue pen. I agree, Tracy. Glue pen comes in clutch so often. Because how in the heck would I get glue on that? My tape runner's not going to work on there. All right, these are something I plan to use that I thought would be really fun for this list, but they're not part of Let's Get Crafty. Let's Get Crafty. Did you guys see my my new Let's Get Crafty mini book project kit that just launched on yesterday? Wow, seems like a long time ago. Just launched yesterday. So it is cute. There's also a flip through video for it here on my YouTube channel. All right, so I think what I would like to do, I think I'd like to use pattern paper as a base. So let's look and see what speaks to us here. I need 2 pages. So I'm looking for things that would coordinate. Obviously those 2 would coordinate, but I don't think that's what I want to use. And I need something that's pretty basic, right? So these 2 would coordinate, but I don't think that's what I want to use either. Maybe this guy, not the front side, the back side. All right, now I just did a list. Let's look at what our last Let's Get Crafty list looks like. I wonder. I don't remember. Oh, yeah. Look it. I got to hear and I'm like, oh, love these. But that's why I love them, because I've already done a list with that. I won't do that again because that's just silly, right? That's just silly. But I love them. I love them though. All right. So, oh, this is fun. And this would be a really bright, fun list. Those two is my background. Let's keep looking. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, and then we get to the repeats. So let's look. I also had some other papers I think already torn out here. So let's look and see if there's anything. I think maybe we already saw these. Ooh, that's fun. Nah. Nah. We already have that one. That. Okay, so it's going to be something there. Yeah, it's going to be something there. One of those three. That's what we'll start with. Then I'll have all kinds of fun icons that I can work in. So this will be the base. I'm going to have to decide here really quick. So you know what I need to do? I need to decide right now one thing that's really big. I thought, and I haven't pulled these out yet to check sizing. I'm hoping that these would work. Maybe. These are from Pretty Little Studio. These are number die cuts. This one's called green tea. This one is called cup of tea. But look at what they are. They are die cut letters out of pattern paper. And I thought these might be really fun to use for my list because it'll be a numbered list. And because I have more room than I need for each of the things on my list, I thought these might be a good size. I know they're looking kind of bland right now, but don't worry. Oh, yeah. Because now they'll be on white. They will be on white. So they won't be on the color. Ooh, actually, you know what could work maybe? No, never mind. I was going to say if I did strips, but I don't want to do strips. So those could work. Or, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you have actually 3 1s, 3 2s, and a 0. So if you're trying to do years with these, smart, right? You've got more 2s. You have 3 2s and 3 1s. Oh. Well, okay, this is a totally different look now, right? Totally different look, but these could be really fun too, couldn't they? Come out, come out, come out. I know, no, I don't know what to do. No, I don't know what to do because obviously I'm then going to add in, like, I think I'll end up using probably little stickers. I'll probably either use the puffy stickers or I might use a combination. I'll probably use a combination of puffies and maybe from the sticker book. These are just pages I tore from the sticker book. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm going to use pages from the sticker book. So look at all these little icons. And there's multiples. So I bet if I used all those little icons and then I added the only preconception I had about this list, the only thing I have planned out is this, that I think I'm using numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're kind of winging it to see what we might like. Okay, so guess what I think now? Now that I look at all of these, because I want to have one of these stickers on each number as an accent. Well, guess what? You know which one it's going to be now, right? Because whatever I do here is going to fight with what's on the floral. So I'm not going to use the floral. I'm going to use that. It'll still be fun. I promise. It'll still be fun and cute. These would also come in handy. At the end of every year, we do a couple of things. One of the lists that we do is called Things I Did Well This Year. Things I did well this year. And that would be fun to use numbers like this. Another one that we do is Things I Want to Focus On. It's another year-end list that we do. Things I want to focus on. So when you're doing, I don't know, hopefully you did more, well, things you want to focus on. Hopefully you're not going too far beyond 6 because then that's hard to focus if there's too many things. But I mean, you could do however many you wanted, but those would be fun for a list like that as well. Birthday, they'd be fun to use for birthday. And they're generic, so they work with lots of different things, clearly, because they're working with this collection. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Let's put all this stuff off to the side. Yeah, I think I like those two together. We don't need to bring the black in. So that's our plan to start. We need to trim our papers down. We will trim them down to 4.75 by 8 is what I do. Hi, Dandy. Dandy said she just signed back on. Glad you're still here. Yes, we will be here for another hour. Oh, so I know what's going to happen. We will probably not get to the in the news list. I may start it. I can probably start it. We probably won't get it finished. So may start when we're together again. We may start with that one. All right. I need to trim this. So trimming it to 4 3/4. Yes, I have a hard stop at 4 o'clock today Pacific, 5 o'clock my time. My time is Mountain Time. I live in Utah. All right, so when I'm working with Traveler's Notebooks, 99.99% of the time, you see me use 6 by 8 pads. The reason for that is, look at very little waste. Also, the pattern is scaled. So if I had a 12 by 12 piece of this paper, that plaid would be much larger, but smaller area. So the pattern is scaled, which is nice. You get more of the pattern in that piece. I need to round the corners because I like to round the corners because my insert pages are rounded already. They're pre-rounded. That's how they come, pre-rounded. And we'll do that here. Just bright. This collection, oh my goodness. If you guys haven't looked at this collection, you really should. It's great for, obviously, crafting, documenting crafting, but if you missed this one, this list, which I also still need to finish, this was then and now. So this was all product that I used from Let's Get Crafty, and none of this I used here has anything to do with crafting, right? So it's one of those collections that can be pretty versatile. You can use it, for a number of things. Here I just looked for things that weren't related to crafting at all. I did that on purpose. Okay, so now we can go ahead and adhere these guys down. That would even be fun, wouldn't it? Okay, hang on a minute. Hang on one gosh darn stinking minute. Nah. Nope, we want to go with the bold. We want to go with the bright. I mean, that's pretty too, but we're going bright here. Okay, there we go. There is the base of one. So when I do my list, sometimes I'm doing them directly on the insert. Other times I am adding pattern paper because I want a little bit more color. And then I will do my list on a piece of cardstock then that goes on top of the pattern paper. So that's what we're going to do next. And when I do that, I use the Nina Bright White. Nina Bright White, super flat. It has a flat, no texture, so it's flat. You guys will ask a lot of times, what's wrong with my stamping? My stamping, it gets all, the ink kind of spreads out and I don't like the way it looks. And a lot of it has to do with the paper. So you need a flat, you want a really good quality cardstock, and you want it to be flat, not textured. And even sometimes you don't even know it's textured, but you can feel the difference between a flat, and even if it's not textured, you can still feel the difference, and that will, make a difference in your stamping. We're not stamping. Well, actually we are doing a little bit of stamping here. You'll see that in a moment. Okay. So for this list, now I have to be a little bit careful how narrow I get this, because look at, and how narrow I get this, and how short I make it, right? So it's going to be interesting. I'm going to be doing kind of like that. And I won't make any little boxes. Ooh, look at what's going to happen. This is going to be pretty narrow. So I'm actually glad now that I didn't use, that I have a small pattern. I have a pretty small pattern, because I can kind of make this a little bit more narrower. So let's just maybe right about there and right about there. Let's see what we get. That ends up being. Yeah, it's such a good color palette. It really is. Bright and cheery. All right, so I need 2 of these. So I'm going to start with the little mark I made down below. So then they're both even on the bottom. That'll make it easy. Nick's going to wake up and be like, where is my phone? Okay, there. He left at like 7 to golf. And then, you know, long day golfing. And they have fun when they golf, let me tell you. Oh, I didn't measure that. So we need to know what that is. Let me see what, yeah. So usually an afternoon Saturday nap is in the cards for Nick. A Saturday afternoon. So last night we went to a birthday party for one of Nick's golf buddies, and you know, we're very social with the golf buddies and the wives and all that. So, but he turned 60, so it was a 60th birthday party for this guy, and it was pretty fun. It was fun. All right, so he's seeing all of those people again, and we were very responsible last night. We were very responsible. We were both drinking, and not a lot. I mean, trust me, not a lot. But we decided to leave Nick's car there, and we caught a ride home with some of our neighbors. Yes, she was designated driver, so that was kind of good. Utah, I'm not saying you should never drink and drive, but Utah's alcohol laws, DUI laws, 0.05. We have the strictest laws related to that in the country, 0.05, which is, I'm not advocating for drinking and driving, trust me, which is kind of like 1 glass of wine or 1 beer. It's really not much. So I probably had 2 glasses of wine for the night, and Nick, I had maybe 3 beers or something, but it's like, okay, nope, we're not going to do it. Okie doke, here's the next one. All right, there's the start of our list. Now, oh golly, here's a problem. Where am I going to do my title? My title needs to be, oh boy, these are going to be, they need to get kind of jammed in there. And I don't want them to go over the edge, because that'll bug me if they go over the edge. But you know what? Well, you know what I can do? No. Okay. Title. Oh boy. Yeah, that one I kind of didn't really think about, because I need a lot of room here, don't I? I need a lot of room. It'll be okay. We'll be good. But I don't want them to overlap. So probably we'll do that. Then they all kind of fit. But then this one needs to come down a little bit. So I need to do my title there. Ooh, now I kind of need to think about things, friends, because my title is going to say favorite crafting memories. And I was going to stamp favorite. Oh, well, hang on. Now that I think about it, that might work, because the favorite stamp set has different size words that are favorite. Oh, okay, look it. Haha, this still may work. Another one of my stamp sets. This is a Lail by Mail stamp set called List Builder Favorites. So there are a number of stamp sets that are designed for building your list. This one is called List Builder. This morning we used List Builder, bullets, and more. Bring the 4 down and go across both pages. So you know what? I totally could do that, right? That'll work. Favorite. So if I do a little favorite and then do crafting memories, that would probably work, right? I think that would work. So favorite, I need just a little. I need a little tiny one. So, or maybe this medium-sized one. Maybe the medium-sized one would work there. If I did favorite, and then I need crafty memories, favorite crafty memories, or little favorite. Okay, I'll figure that out. I need to now figure out what alphabet stickers I'm going to use. So. They need to be a little bit smaller. And I think what I'm going to use, oh, it's getting toasty. So Under the Willow Tree said, could I put my title on a tip-in? I totally could, right? I could totally put my title on a tip-in. I could, but I don't think I will. Crafting memories. Okay, I think what I need is, I need the My Type alphabets. So My Type are these guys. These guys are small. Okay, these are small little letters, so that will work. These are the ones I'll probably, I'm gonna say I will probably need. Look at, you can tell I like the black. I use a lot of black for these. That's why I have multiple sheets. So just looking through, these are the My Type stickers, are Doodlebug, and they come in different colors. The pink is clearly not right. Let me just look. See, this one would work, but I think, yeah, no, it's close, but it's too far apart, so we don't want that one either. Just bear with me while I look through these to see if we find something. What about tangerine? Tangerine? You know what? I think I'm going to use tangerine. I'm going to use tangerine because all of my writing will be black, and if my title's black too, that's going to kind of be a lot of black. And it's a lot of top-heavy black because all of that will happen up at the top. So too much black. All right, so let's put these away now, and let's look at ink because I need ink for favorite because I'm going to stamp that. So let's see what we should do. Okay, so now Karen said, that's a good idea, Karen. I like it. Good, Karen. Karen said, center justify the text between both pages, not just per page. So I will, and the ruler will come in really handy to do that. So, favorite crafty memories. Guess what's going to happen though, Karen? I don't think I can do it because I'll have to split up the word crafty. I think I'd have to split up the word crafty, and then it would be like part here, and I know I can't do it. Good suggestion though, because I like where you're headed. I really liked that idea, but I know it'll just bug me. All right, so I think what I will do, I think I'm going to use maybe this. Well, do we want it to be littler? I think it needs to be little. Yeah, I think I'm going to do little. I think I'm going to do this little one. That one or that one. Actually, that one is probably pretty close to that font. Look it is. It's a serif font. So serif are these little guys. The little legs that you see on letters. So those are serif. This is a serif font. This one, for example, is a sans serif. It does not have, sans is without, so it does not have those little legs. But I think I'm going to do that one because that is almost that exact same thing. So let's see. You think we can find an orange? Do I click my tongue, Tracy? Isn't that funny? I know I have smaller numbers, but I want to use these big numbers. I'm going to use them. All right. So we need orange. I know. I think it's going to be pumpkin. What's it called? Pumpkin something. Oh yeah, carved pumpkin. Look at marigold, carved pumpkin. All right, that is why we swatch. That time is so well spent to swatch your inks if you have like more than one orange. So I need to have my ink swatch so I can see what works. All right, I need a stamping block. All right, there's stuff literally everywhere, friends, and I have no idea what I did with that stamping block. My stamping blocks that I was using before. Oh wait, I remember seeing it over here maybe? Oh yeah. Oh, it's not the right one though. It's way across on the floor. This is going to be, it'll work. It'll work. Put that there. Oh, I forgot to put that back in my stamp set. Use picked raspberry. So, yes, I could use picked raspberry because it would work. But I think having it, my title be two different colors, I don't think I could, I think it would, I think, yeah, I think I know me. I think I'd be like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. It'd be, Terry'd be like, Lael, don't do it. She'd say, Lael, don't do it. You're not going to like it. Terry would know. She would tell me not to do it, I think. I don't know if Terry's still here. It's anytime I try to use a cream piece of ledger paper, she's like, don't do it. Don't do it. You're not going to like it. And then I do it and I'm like, oh, I hate it. And she goes, I know, I told you, when we're, on Saturdays. Favorite. Okay, we're going to do it. Oh, before I do that though, let's think about this. Before I type, how could I possibly stamp that first when I don't know how much room I need for crafty, right? I don't know how much room I need for crafty. Crafty memories, that's what I'm calling it, crafty memories. So I am going to get all my little stickers out here. Now, my line on this side's a little bit higher. So I use my ruler to line these guys up. And they'll all be on the same line. They'll all be straight-ish, right? They'll all be straight-ish. Now something like this, if I already know where it's going, I could really just start with the Y and spell backwards, but I'd like to use my ruler so they line up. So the second half of why we use the ruler doesn't really come in handy here. It still will a little bit, but it'll help us to get all these lined up. Crafty. Oh, Terry. So Fly Girl 7092, I'm glad you said that. So she said, I love listening to your thought process, Lael. I saw some of these things out loud when I say some of these things out loud I'm crafting to no one. No, you know what? I think, at least for me, if I was watching someone and then they were like, all of a sudden they did something and then they were moving it around, I'd want to know why they were doing that. Like, what's your thought process? Because all of us, I think, can learn. I learn all kinds of things when I listen to somebody and hear their thought process. So I think, well, I might as well. I should tell you why I do something or why I don't do something. Because then it may not make sense. You might be like, well, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But you might at least understand. Oh, okay. I get why you're nuts. Well, not why you're nuts, because that wouldn't explain why I'm nuts, but... All right. Oh, maybe this is what you were saying, Karen. I don't remember. What if I do this here, crafty, and then I do memories here, and then I have favorite right there? Maybe that's what you were saying. I bet it is. Now I get it. Okay. So that let me, because I'm working with my ruler, decide where I wanted it to be, because I could move it all around. Now, these guys are a little bit harder to do this with. So I'm pressing down on those stickers and then I gently pull up. Because these are so narrow, sometimes they will pop. Oh, no, they didn't. There's pretty much, oh yeah, that guy moved around a little bit. They pretty much stay in the same place. So now, Tracy, I think it was you who said it. Now I'm curious. I'm like, do I click my tongue? That's interesting. I wouldn't know that. I don't think I would know that. Oh, I'm not going to use yellow ink. Terry, I'm going to use orange ink because I think you'd be right. I think you'd be right. I wouldn't like yellow ink. What about orange ink? You think I'll like the orange? You think? Oh, Kathy. Okay, Kathy, I think I know what you're saying. Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if I know what you're saying. So I'm going to keep going. I kind of think I know, but then I'm kind of not sure. I think what you're saying is, could I just stamp a whole bunch of favorites right there and then put crafty memories over the top? I'm not sure if that's what you were saying. Okay, so favorite crafty memories. What are they? I'm curious, you guys. What are they? What are your Oh, what am I doing? Don't do that, Lil. What are your favorite crafty memories? Like, what's one of your favorite crafty memories? I would love to know. I would love to know. You can put it in the chat. And if you are not watching live, then when you're watching the replay, you can put it in the comments. Because that's how I draw prizes, the replay prizes, are on the comments. Okay, memories. Doesn't that make you want to sing? Who wants to sing that song? I will not. Barbara Streisand. Makes me want to sing it. Oh, okay. So my mind just went a whole bunch of different directions right at once. So Barbara Streisand, and then I thought of A Star Is Born, because Barbara Streisand and Chris Christopherson were in the original. Well, not the original. That was actually the second Star Is Born. The first one was many years before that. So Barbara Streisand, Chris Christopherson, Star Is Born. And then my mind went to, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga in Star Is Born. And then, like literally, this all went in like 10 seconds in my brain. Then it went to a new song, a new rendition of the song that Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood just did. Well, I think it's a just did. I don't know. My friend just sent it to me. Of the song from A Star Is Born. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It is so good. Such a good movie, but such a sad movie. Such a sad movie. And Lady Gaga was amazing in that movie. Amazing. Oh, okay. Now I'm just chatting while I'm doing this, memories. Now Lady Gaga reminds me, Nick and I watched House of Gucci. That was really interesting. Very interesting. She was great in that too. She was great in that. Let's see. Karen said, Scrapbook Expo classes, layout by mail, videos and lives, talking with others who love documenting their me. I also enjoy sitting down and printing pictures. I know what you mean because of your printer. CKU Houston. Oh, pretty paper obsession. Tim and Allie. Wonderful. It is Shallow. Yes, Linda. Okay. It's been out for a while. It is Shallow. Yes, that's the song. That is the song. It is so good. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Okay, now I need to look at, I asked, making pages for our annual trip to Ireland and putting them in the album. I leave them there at my father's house. Oh, I love that. I love that. A full dress. Oh, Sarah, before your mom passed away unexpectedly, what a treasure. Oh my goodness. CKU with friends. It's funny. Now you guys are talking my do and clicking. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. Memories. Now I'm back to Barbara Streisand because I want to sing that song, but I won't. All right. Misty watercolored memories of The Way We Were. That's the movie, The Way We Were. Oh, Linda, your 13 years of December documented albums. Yes. Tracy, I didn't know there were 4. I knew there were 3. I didn't know. Melissa. Okay, wait. Melissa, is this Chicago Melissa? Chicago Melissa? I think. Tell me if it's Chicago Melissa. Okay, guess what? I have an idea now. Does it need to say favorite? I mean, can it kind of just be understood that if I'm documenting these are some of my favorite? Maybe. We'll see. Because I can test something. I can test the favorite to see if I'm going to like it or not. Oh yeah, I was too fast on this one. They're so narrow that sometimes they just pop when you try to put them down. Oh, can you guys hear that? My voice is getting a little raspy. Raspy. Okay. I sound like a smoker. Not that that's a bad thing. Or like a 1-900 operator. Yeah. Not that's a bad thing either. I have to be very neutral. Because I don't know, maybe someone on here is a 1-900 operator. And, if that's how they make their living, then good for them. What do you do today? I don't know. I saw some ladies put some stickers on a page and talk about 1-900 operators. Okay, there we go. Let's see, Melissa, did you answer? Oh, not yet. crocheting camouflage and orange hat for your husband and oldest son for hunting. They are their lucky hats. Oh, that's good. That is good. Jenny said, Leo, you are hilarious. Okay, it is Melissa. Okay. Hi, Melissa. Jenny said, Leo, you are, okay. So this is like stream of consciousness. This is just stuff is, when I get tired, I get punchy. And this is stream of consciousness right happening. So it's all the stuff that's in my head, but it just comes out. So yeah, sorry. I haven't even had anything to drink. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're going to test favorite to see if we like favorite. The way we're going to test that is we're going to go with test drive. We're going to test drive. We're going to test drive to see if we like this. We are going to test drive it on a piece of scratch paper. Okay, piece of scratch paper. We'll just put that there like that. We'll put this lid on just to make sure, see if we're okay. And then we'll just cut it. And we'll lay it over the top and we'll pretend. And we'll be like, do we like it? Do we not like it? It's usually either a hate or a, yeah, I think I can live with that. But that is why now, if you've ever looked at that stamp set and said, geez, how many favorites does one need? Well, you need different fonts and different sizes. We do quite a few lists. We've done quite a few lists over the last 2 years with favorite in the title. Because your favorites, you could do a list on someone else's favorites, right? Use the word top. What? Oh, fave. Oh, yeah, fave. Fave crafty memories? You know what? I think fave could work. Top. Oh, top. I get it. I'm like, top? What? Top? Huh? I didn't understand top. I understand now, Kathy. Top, fave. Top. Top. I think top will work. I think top works. Yes, because I didn't really love this. And yeah, I didn't really love it. It's just kind of, I think it'll look just like it's floating there. I agree. Yep, Carolyn, I'm with you. Too small. All right, so top. Perfect. This is why it's always fun to craft with other people. If you listen, they tell you sometimes what you don't hear yourself, what you're not thinking of. Love it. And yes, fave also would work. Totally. You could do fave, F-A-V, or you could do, or you can do fave, F-A-V-E, but I think I'm going to do top. I think I'm going to do top. I'm sure you guys know I never go back and watch myself, right? I never go back and watch myself. I'm sure I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm a nut job. I already know I'm kind of a nut job, but I'd be like, holy cow, I can't even believe I said that. Fave, yeah, Carolyn, I know. You know what? I know the OU. I totally, I know the OU. I biffed it on that one, huh? I know Canadians and English and probably most of the world, except for us in the U.S., does the OU spelling, like color and favorite. Yeah, I could never go back and watch myself, because I'd be like, oh goodness, I shouldn't say that. I can't do that. Why did I do that? Why did I say that? And there's no time for that. No time to second guess. Right? Okay, there we go. I could try to be different, but I don't think it works. It's just, this is who I am. This is who I am. So it would not, oh yes, yes, love it. Genius, you guys, genius, genius. Thank you. But look it, we try things together because we see what works and doesn't work. That would have worked fine. I just didn't particularly care for it. And then I had to put a period because I always like to do that. Now look, this can actually get kind of uptight in there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat a little bit because this looks a little bit, well, we could snip some of this off and no one will know. They're going to know. No one's going to know. But if I snip that, I need to try to snip that. And then if I snip that, we need to snip this leg too. No one will ever know that it's a little bit shorter than the others. And that just gives us a little bit more room. Okay. Now we need to get these guys down. So I am going to use a glue pen because it's going to be way easier. Use a glue pen to do that with those little serifs. then try to get my tape runner in there. That's not going to work at all. Oh, a little bit too low. Just a little. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, I could snip the 4. Yes. You know what I will do? I am going to snip that vertical part of the 4. Because it can have a partial serif. Like, there's no serif police out there. No one's going to look at it and say, ma'am, your 4 is missing part of the serif. So I'm not going to worry about the serif police. Another case where your tweezers. Tweezers come in handy, guys. Especially when you're trying to do something like this and you have adhesive or wet glue. And sometimes trying to pick it up and then place it where you want to place it. Let your tweezers do the work. And these are one of my most used tools. And I have these on my website. These are reverse grip tweezers. So you press to open instead of press to close. Yes, the serif police. How about the serif sheriff? The serif sheriff. Wow, that's a mouthful. The serif sheriff. We'd need a sheriff to be the... Oh, okay. I don't know what just made me think about that. We just finished this week the last finale of Ozark. Oh my goodness. Not sure if I quite knew it was going to end that way. Well, although there was quite a bit of foreshadowing. Yeah, and you know what? I don't like this little hat he has on, so we're going to cut this guy off too. There was some foreshadowing. Quite a bit of foreshadowing in the ending. So I won't tell you what the ending is. We don't need any spoiler alerts. We don't need no stinking spoiler alerts. Okay, there we go. I know they seem really big right now. Yeah, I won't tell you. I'm not going to tell. Not going to tell. Yeah, the tangerine is good, isn't it? And you know what's fun? Doodlebug, right? Totally different manufacturer than Simple Stories, but works well together, right? Works well together. So I have a number of different Doodlebug fonts on my website for alpha stickers, and I use them quite a bit. Their colors are just good, and they're consistent. Their colors, they use the same core colors on everything that they do. I think there's 12, and then there's like a few bonus ones, so of colors that they have. But yeah, alpha stickers. Alpha stickers. We were talking this morning. I'm going to do a couple sets of alphabet stamps. I think I'm going to do a couple sets of alphabet stamps that we could use for our titles. So kind of that size-ish. Maybe this is going to be one of the fonts because I love this font. So there'll be an alpha set with that font. And then there will be, we were talking about oh boy. Wow. Oh, it'll be fine. There's just not a lot of room in there, is there? So then this one kind of needs to come up a little bit. Oh, he needs to come up. No, totally talking to myself. He probably needs to come up to be level with this guy. Yeah. Oh, heavens, where was I? Oh, yes, another stamp set. Alpha stamp set. Alpha stamp set. Fun and whimsical. Fun and whimsical, kind of along similar lines of the Florence font. The Florence font that you see me use. It's a sticker set from Bella Boulevard. All right, there we go. So lots, just kind of, this one is kind of been a more, let's play a little bit, right? Because we kind of had to figure some things out here, but that's okay. Let me look at the time. Oh, heavens. Heavens to Betsy. All right. Well, I always try to schedule way more in than we can get done, but. So probably what's going to happen, I'm going to say probably what's going to happen, we will probably end up finishing this list in 2 weeks also. Because Time got away from me. But that's what happens when we're having fun, right? Oh, yes, it needed to be outlined, didn't it? Don't you think? Needed to be outlined. Needed to be outlined. All right, so top crafty memories. Now I need to add some more stickers. So let's come back to, these are the stickers from the sticker book. And I thought it would be fun to add one of these little icons, right, to each of these numbers. And the numbers are big enough that I'm not really going to lose anything by doing that. I'm not going to lose anything by doing that. So let's see what we want to use. We have kind of 11. Wow, those are even. 10. 10. So I need to, if I want, I know I want to use one of these. I'm not sure a typewriter's cute, but it doesn't really have anything to do with this. So if we did ink and scissors and sewing machine, a book, ink, scissors, sewing machine, book. All right. So this is my, oh, and then we could do maybe, oh, the yarn. Oh, I have to do the yarn. The yarn's going to go with number 6. So I was going to look at least common denominator. I only have those. So I'll probably do this guy since these are both the same color. I'll probably do the yarn. Oh, but those are 2 yarns. Is that weird that there's 2 yarns? I think it's going to be weird that there's 2 yarns. Yeah, no, that's going to look totally weird. No, don't want that. So let's put that back. I could use 1 yarn, maybe. Let's see. If a yarn went there, and then I need to look at the shape of these. So I have a little bit of space over here. So what if we did this book here? This little snap book. Camera. Yes, I will do a camera too, for sure. See, this guy can kind of go right there. Okay. I won't do the camera here because it's kind of the same shape. Maybe we do scissors here. So then let's do, what if we did these scissors? Just a little yellow here. Scissors. Maybe like that. And then this one, I think I'll do camera up here. Actually, maybe not. I think camera might need to go down here because it's kind of heavier and bulkier. So maybe camera would look better down here. So what if we did teal camera? Teal camera. Oh gosh. Oh, Nick. It's in here. I had to borrow it. Honey, you guys remember when I said that he was going to wake up and be like, where's my phone? He's doing find my phone. Honey. Sorry, I'm yelling at you guys. It's right here, honey.
Where is it?
It's in here. I had to borrow it.
Oh, well, I've been there. I've been searching all over our room trying to find my phone.
You were sleeping.
Well,
You should have just come ask me.
well, why would I think to do that? Why would I think that you, in a million years that you would have come and stolen my phone?
I didn't steal your phone. Whatever. Someone's grumpy from his nap, huh? Numbers too. Yeah, Shannon, for sure. For sure. Yeah, we need some numbers too. You know what would be fun? A number set. Not quite as big as these, huh? Because these are big. These are pretty big. Oh, okay. Somebody said 4. Tape runner for 4. Maybe this goes here, this little sewing machine. Because it could overlap. Tape runner for 4. Okay, now what's fun? It's a cute tape runner, but I don't use that kind of tape runner. All right, what if we did this guy, the orange guy? Yeah, maybe he needs to go about right there. Okay, and then these need to change now because I kind of already have that color, so we don't want that there. Whoopsie. Oh, we could do the bright teal, right? Okay. Oh no, not bright teal because we have that. So what other color scissors? Because then down here we'll use an ink pad. So this ink pad could work maybe. If this ink pad goes here. Like that. And then scissors. I guess it's the teal. isn't it? We'll go with these. Maybe the light ones since we are, whoopsie. Maybe the light ones since we already have that camera. 20 minutes. Okay. Thank you, Terry. You're so good. Terry's been our timekeeper today. I appreciate that because when I have a hard stop, it's nice to have somebody saying, Lael, you need to pay attention to what you're doing. Oh, yes, scissors. Yeah, we better go with these. Oh, cute. Okay. All right, top crafty memories. Now, I didn't get as much like craftiness on there as I wanted, did I? Kind of interesting. Maybe something there. Let's look. Let's look. Hold on. There's something that's bugging me. I really don't like this purple. Not much of a purple fan, so the purple's bugging me. We're gonna do the bright pink. Not sure why I thought I needed the purple there. I must have thought I was gonna do bright pink somewhere else. We'll do the bright pink sewing machine on this one. Have fun, Pam. Enjoy your Mother's Day. Thanks for joining us. There's Tracy. That's cute. There's a robin watching you. Okay. All right. There we go. This can kind of bleed off a little bit. I'm okay if it bleeds off. All right, so there we go. Top crafty memories. So I really didn't get to my list now, did I? All right. What are my top crafty memories? My top crafty memories are no particular order. Wait, where do we go? Oh, there we go. My most favorite top crafty memory is it is meeting Vicky on 2Ps years ago over our hair. Vicky and I have been friends for, oh my gosh, I bet since 2006. Colleen! Hi, Colleen! Oh, we missed you, Colleen. We told you happy birthday at the beginning. Well, we didn't sing. I didn't sing, but lots of people said happy birthday this morning. First thing on the first session. So happy birthday. I know your birthday was yesterday. And also I was thinking about you. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, because I know it was hard. It's your anniversary. So just know lots of people were thinking about you today and sending you well wishes. Meeting Vicky on 2Ps years ago over our hair. Yes, Vicky and I have been friends since 2006. So that I'm gonna say really, I think it's back in 2006. Since then, we have worked together at trade shows, taught together, met each other's families, and traveled together. Let's see. In the US, Canada. I know Puerto Rico is also US, but that's okay. Puerto Rico, Amsterdam, and England. And all over Utah. Anyhow, and shopped a lot together. Shopped a lot together. Yes, so now what's interesting, one thing that I am seeing is that when I start writing and my numbers, they all kind of blends in together, right? So I have a thought now that I see that. I have a couple of different things I could try. going to the cabinet behind me. Nope, those will not work. Those won't work. Not that. Bear with me. I'm looking at the 8,000 packs of markers that I have. No, actually, I think these, do they have a regular end? They do. All right, so I'm not quite sure what this is going to look like. There you go, Miss L. Yep, outline the numbers. Yes. Okay, I do have another giveaway. Yes, all right. So let me just, I'm gonna test this. I'm going to pretend to see what this might look like because I'm not sure. And if I normally I would say, oh, I'll outline in black, but then that would not help me at all. So that will help, right? I mean, that makes it, it makes it stand out a little bit more, but I'm gonna have a hard time finding the right color. Unless I can find an orange. These are not the right pen. That's not the right pen. The orange. Yeah, see, look at, no orange in that. So let me look at one more thing. I have lots of markers in here, lots and lots and lots, but what might work is, those won't be right. Okay, I'm gonna try something different. And I'm going to try colored pencil. We are going to see what we get with colored pencil. I have lots of colored pencils too. You guys know that. Stamp set coming, another swatching stamp set. Pens and pencils, because I desperately need to swatch my pens and pencils. That would make this process go much quicker. So I was thinking an orange might be kind of fun. An orange. Cadmium orange. That looks like it might work. So cadmium orange. 017. Where is it? 016? 017. Now, I don't know. This will either work or not at all. It's going to work or not at all. Work or not at all. Okay, so now I've got a little bit of pink around that. So let's just see what this would look like. Okay, I think I'm gonna like that. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it, right? Oh, interesting. So what do we think? Oh, I know what happened there. That is when I started a little bit too low with the sticker and moved it. So there's a little bit of dried residual glue there. Yeah, I think that really helps, right? Don't you guys think that helps? It just helps things to pop a little bit more. It helps to pop a little bit more. So, yep, I think that was a good call. I think that was a good call. And these are really easy to outline because they're cardstock. So they're, thicker. I'm also now glad that I used a glue pen to glue those down because they're not moving. As I am outlining, they're not moving at all. So that's good. I don't want them to move. Now, what's interesting is, when your pencil, how you hold your pencil, sometimes you get more, it gets flattened out a little bit more in one area versus another. That's what's going on here. I'm flattened out and a little bit more in certain areas. So I won't do all these. I'm going to stop. I'll finish the two and then I will stop. I won't do all of them, but that I think makes all the difference in the world, doesn't it? Now, if I had thought about that ahead of time and what's the word I'm looking? Not a premonition, but whatever. If I thought about it ahead of time, I could have used ink to ink the edges of those stamps. But yeah, I like it. I like that. That looks so much better, doesn't it? Look at when you see over here versus over here. So much better. Okay, good. I like it. All right, friends, let me look at the time. It's 4:51. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We didn't get to our last list. So that is the first list that we will start out with when we are together again in 2 weeks. Hold on. Let me do this. Let me flip the camera. Let me turn off the lights and flip the camera. So this is the first list we will start with in 2 weeks. We might do a little bit longer in 2 weeks because then we won't be together at the end of the month either. So maybe we'll do it a little bit longer one in 2 weeks because I want to, hang on, flip. Because I want to finish this list, and I think there's maybe some more things that we can do to this list once we get a little further down the road. So I want to finish this list. I also want to finish the one that we started 2 weeks ago, the movies on repeat. Want to finish that one, and we need to do in the news. So we'll do maybe 4 or 5, I don't know, list when we're together again. We will be together again, not next weekend. We will not be together next weekend. Next weekend is the 14th because my niece just graduated from college and they're having a big party for her on the 14th that morning. We will be together on the 21st. We will not be together on the 28th. That is Memorial Day weekend and I will be out of town. So that's the plan. All right, let's wrap up because I have some more giveaways that we need to do. And there is, let me look at my list. We have 2 p.m. live giveaways. So I didn't do, gosh, that was not very good. We kicked off one, but then I forgot the rest. So let's do both of those now. And I will scroll up a bit. Where are they? Oh, it's such a giant mess in here. You guys have seen, I posted in the Facebook group what things look like when the floor looks like when we're done. Where the heck? Oh, here they are. Here's my stack. Here's my stack. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't give that one this morning. I don't know what I did this morning. Wow, I don't know what I did this morning. Okay, so a live one. This is a bundle. This is a new bundle. It is on very good sale on the website for International Scrapbook Day. This is the Bloom and Grow collection from Fancy Pants. So 6x8 pad, puffy stickers, and look at all those good die cuts. So that prize is a live prize. So let's do this. I'm going to up, and that goes to Beverly Creates. Beverly Lee Creates. Beverly Lee Creates. If you are still on, that is your prize. So send me an email to lailbymail.com and put what is it called? Homegrown? Homegrown? No, Bloom and Grow. Wow, homegrown. Bloom and Grow. Put Bloom and Grow winner in the subject line. Let me just write that down. Beverly Lee Creates. Let's see. That was this one. Beverly Lee. Okay. Next one. I have a number of different, and this is just kind of a mix mash of a couple, products from a couple of the different bundles. There are a couple of different Halloween bundles on my website for National Scrapbook Day. This was a fun one last year. A little scary 6x8 pad from Fancy Pants. The Spooky Nights puffy stickers from Simple Stories, and the Spooky Nights die cuts from Simple Stories. So that one is going to, let's see, Colleen. Really, it's you. I stopped on Colleen. It's stopped on Colleen. That's exciting. Okay, Colleen. That is you. And Colleen, I should say this for anyone. Hang on, I just got to write this down. If Halloween, because I know some people are like, I don't do Halloween. Like, I don't do Halloween. If that is you, Colleen, just let me know when you email me for your prize, and we'll do something different. So, send me an email in the subject line, put Halloween giveaway winner, and then we'll be good. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll down because I couldn't see something. I saw some uppercase things coming through. I thought Nick is going to be coming in any minute now. Oh yeah. Let me see. Oh yeah, 4:56. So we need to do one more. We did that. Okay, there's that one. This is, I didn't do this one this morning, so this is a PM. Okay, we need one more replay prize, okay? One more replay prize. This is a collection pack. So this is 12 by 12. You can, if you're listing with it, you can still do lists with it. You'll just get a couple different lists out of it instead of one, like a 6 by 8 paper. So this is called Welcome Home. This is another thing that's up on my website. A number, I think I had four different 12 by 12 collection packs. But this one is super cute. It's kind of a fun, homey type collection. Those are the stickers. So 12 by 12 sticker sheet, and then papers too. And that is a replay prize. Okay, that's a replay prize. So that one will be replay prizes for the afternoon. And we had replay prizes for the morning. So if you're kind of new here and aren't quite sure how the replay prizes go, you leave a comment on the video once it's over. So not in the chat right now, but you'll leave a comment on the video once it's over. And just whatever kind of comment that you want. When we were talking earlier about the Traveler's Notebook idea book, I would love to hear from you how it would make sense in your mind, how you would like to see it organized. And it doesn't mean you have to buy one, but I just have ideas on how I think it would be organized, but I'm not the one that needs it, right? I'm not the one that would use it. It would be you guys. So I would love it if you'd leave in the comments and just say, oh, it would be great if it was organized by theme or holiday or single layout or double layout or with photos, without photos, whatever it is. Those kind of things, feedback from you guys would be super helpful. There's Nick, like right, just standing there. Okay, friends. Oh my gosh, what a fun day. Seriously, such a fun day. You guys, like I said, I love our Saturdays. I really do. And when we don't do them because I'm traveling, I miss them. I do. I miss them. My foot is itching. It's just such a fun, crafty time for me. And it's a time when I can be myself, because if this isn't me, I don't know what is. I mean, stream of consciousness, just whatever's coming out of my brain, I tell you guys. So, but I love that I can be myself around you guys. And I love that we can come here and have fun. And I love that you guys are getting to know each other because you're in the chat all the time. And it's a great place. It's a great, safe place for us to all play. So thank you for joining me today. I know there were probably a lot of different things you could have been doing today, whether it was related to International Scrapbook Day, because there are a lot of people out there doing a lot of different things, and a lot of scrapbook stores and online stores and different things like that doing it. So thank you for hanging out with me today. And for those of you that couldn't make it today, thank you for watching the replay. It's just as fun, right? Just as fun. So prizes we talked about. We will not be together again on the 14th. We will be together on the 21st, then not on the 28th. So just a few things going on. I think that's all, you guys. Oh, I know. Yes. Happy day tomorrow. Let's just say happy day. Okay. Let's call tomorrow happy day. You make tomorrow whatever you want it to be. If you're not a mom, if you're not a people mom, how about that? If you're not a people mom, you might be a pet mom. You might be a neighbor mom. You might be an aunt. You might be I want to be a mom, not wannabe mom, because that doesn't make any sense at all. But I know we talked about this at the beginning. Tomorrow can be a hard day for a lot of people. If you've lost a mom, don't kind of have a mom, whatever it is, just make tomorrow about you. Make it the day that you want it to be, and do what you want to do, okay? Because I know for some people, tomorrow's a hard day. All right, friends, thank you for a wonderful day. Remember, the sale goes through tomorrow night, the 8th, Sunday the 8th, midnight Pacific time. So if you haven't shopped, you can still shop. If you have shopped and now you want to add things, just shoot me an email and we can add things. But make sure you do that before... make sure you do that quick, okay? Let's say make sure you do that quick, or email and say, hey, because some point tomorrow, I need to start doing orders because there's a lot. So either let me know if you want to add and let me know what you want to add, or say, hey, don't put my order off to the side until I decide, because Yeah. Anyhow. All right, friends. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend and the next 2 weeks. So I will see you guys again here on the 21st, right? Okay. Thanks, you guys. Bye-bye. Love you. Bye.